the Red Sox, it's Jacoby Ellsbury leading off in center field. Batting second in right field, Daniel Nava. Shane Victorino has been scratched. Dustin Pedroia at second base hitting third. David Ortiz in the cleanup spot at first. Jonny Gomes in left field, not in the original lineup, but batting fifth. Xander Bogaerts is at third base. Stephen Drew back in there at shortstop. David Ross catching and batting eighth, and Clay Buchholz pitching. He has no decisions in his postseason, a 5.40 ERA. For the Cardinals, managed by Mike Matheny, it's Matt Carpenter leading off at second base. Carlos Beltran in right field. Matt Holliday, the left fielder, hits third. Then it's Matt Adams at first base. Yadier Molina at the catching position, batting fifth. John Jay at center field. David Freese hitting seventh at third base. Daniel Descalzo at shortstop, and Lance Lynn pitching, 15-10 in the regular season. First time he's ever faced the Red Sox. The injury report sponsored by the Orthopedic All-Stars and Newton Wellesley Orthopedic Associates. Shane Victorino scratch with lower back tightness. Unknown whether he can play later in the game. And Clay Buchholz, who's had that shoulder issue and neck issue, is going to try it tonight. Alan Craig, who had the bad foot, came up limping last night after the controversial play at home, and his status is probably just that of a pinch hitter. If an aching back, hand, knee, ankle, or other joint is keeping you on the bench, let Newton Wellesley Orthopedic Associates get you back into the action. Slide onto NWA.com to learn more. It is 45 degrees here at 7:16 in the Central Time Zone. Brought to you by Exigent Temporal Scanner Thermometer. Fast, easy, and great value, too. We are ready for baseball, and so is Dave O'Brien.
Okay, Joe, thank you very much. Chilly night here in St. Louis. Big Lance Lynn on the bump at 6'5", and the right-hander's first pitch of the game is swung on and popped up foul off third. Freeze giving chase, but that'll drop on top of the Red Sox dugout roof and bounce into the crowd. Daniel Nava batting out of the two spot, as Joe mentioned. Shane Victorino a late scratch because of a stiff back. And then Dustin Pedroia, as the Red Sox try and get on the board quickly. They have scored first 6 times this postseason, and they have won 5 of those games. It was a big reason for the Red Sox success all summer long, scoring first. Here's the 0-1 to Ellsbury, swinging a high pop-up into shallow center. Out goes Descalso, the shortstop. He's under, and he makes the catch for one fast out.
Right out of the gate, OBC Ellsbury aggressive, right? First pitch, foul ball. Second pitch, popped it up, but maybe just the mindset. Remember last night, Joe Kelly, first 3 innings, walked through this lineup, pumping fastballs in there, strike one. Second time through the order, they became aggressive, made him work a little bit more, and got to him. And you wonder if tonight's, okay, let's go out there and ambush Lance Lynn. I mean, Lynn's not in the category of guys like Scherzer and all these other guys you want to get out of the game. Maybe a little more aggressive tonight.
15-10 during the regular season with a 3.97 ERA. He's been up and down in the postseason. As Daniel Nava climbs in on the left side, Daniel hitting .294 for the postseason. No homers and 2 runs batted in. And the pitch on the way is zipped in there for strike one. He does throw hard. Lynn can get it up there to 96. He has a 2-seamer and a 4-seamer, a curveball and a changeup, and he kind of saves those for the left-hand hitters. 1 out, bases empty here in the top of the first inning, and Lance Lynn fires, and that'll miss low, says Paul Emmel. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, Nava's a guy so versatile, right? He can hit in that 2-hole. You don't skip a beat. I mean, offensively, Victorino was struggling. But it's defensively we might have the effect of not having Shane in this lineup. It's a big outfield.
Wonder if he'll be available later. The 1-1 swing and a pop-up, twisting down the left field line, giving chase Holliday and Descalso, but that'll drop about 3 rows into the stands down the left field line. One of the things that has marked the Red Sox all season long has been tremendous resiliency, bounce back ability, and a bit of amnesia. They really kind of mastered that the few times they did have a bad performance or a heartbreaking effort like last night, coming back the very next day. And those abilities have never been more necessary than they are tonight. Here in Game 4 of the World Series, Nava gets back in with a count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. Petey on deck, and the 1-2. And it's a fastball inside around the chest to square the count of 2-2.
Well, but they did a nice job, really short-term memory, but I still think this team feels like that game last night was taken from them. You hear more players even today still upset about that ruling.
Yes, and speaking about it, and quite loudly about it. The 2-2, swing a bounding ball foul off to the right. Jonny Gomes was very outspoken about it. When he was asked about the obstruction play at third base, he said, "I don't really remember that way. I remember it as the greatest double play ever turned in postseason history," rather dismissively.
Can they put it beyond them, past them, move on?
That's the giant question facing the Red Sox tonight. Lynn ready. Here's the 2-2 to Nava. That's down and in for a ball right past the shoelaces.
Well, whether the team concept was to be aggressive against Lynn, you still got to deal with your own strengths. And Daniel Nava's going to work a count against no matter who it is. That's just who he is. And again, putting another good at bat together.
He's done it right away. He's worked it full here against Lynn, who is 6'5", 240, 26 years old, from Marion County, Indiana. Here's the 3-2. Swing, ground ball to first base. Easy stab. Adams behind the bag. Up to the base now, and he gets the out. 2 up and 2 down. We've said that too often in the early part of games all through the postseason, frankly. Many fast innings where the Red Sox have not tested the opposing pitcher. Here comes Dustin Pedroia. Petey was 0 for 4 in Game 3, although of course he made a terrific play on John Jay's infield grounder in the 9th inning to get Molina at home on that throw. That was the second out before fate intervened, and Saltalamacchia cut loose a poor throw to third base. The pitch, that's a strike on the outside corner.
You know, if that game had ended differently last night, we'd still be talking about that play Dustin Pedroia made.
Yes.
But obviously with what followed, it gets overlooked. Even the throw from Daniel Nava down left field, but that was an outstanding play given the circumstances.
Brilliant stab. Here's the 0-1. Petey takes one down low for a ball. The two teams last night combined for 12 pitchers in Game 3. That tied a World Series record for a 9-inning game. 2007, the Red Sox in Colorado in Game 1 also used 12 pitchers. Here's the 1-1 home. Cut on and miss. Petey took a big swing and came up empty. 1-2 now.
John, before the game, said that Farrell said everybody in our bullpen's available, even John Lackey if needed. Now, to me, the one question mark was Felix Dubron. Right? He looked so sharp, gave you 2 innings. Will you need him tonight? Will he be available? John Farrell says yes.
All hands on deck. Red Sox down in the series. Here comes the 1-2 home. Swing and a miss. Down goes Pedroia, and the Red Sox do too. Lance Lynn blows him away with a fastball, and the Red Sox go quickly 1-2-3. After a half inning in St. Louis, it's the Red Sox nothing, and the Cardinals coming up for the first time against Clay Buchholz. Buchholz has just finished up his warm-up tosses. Before he threw his first one, he was blessed by Framingham's Lou Merloni from the booth just for a little extra something. How do you think he looked?
I don't know the effort, even in the bullpen. You know, I looked through a couple balls and said that looks like about 75, doesn't it? But
did.
The last couple he let it go a little bit. So this will be interesting to see. I think velocity. If he doesn't have the velocity, if it's down a tick, that's when location on the fastball becomes even more important. He's got to have that.
Last start he was 88, 89 when he got the hook. Here's Matt Carpenter, tough lefty hitter, to test him right away. And Clay's first pitch of the night is down and away for ball 1.
And that first fastball came in at 85 miles an hour.
Carpenter batting 182 for the postseason. No homers, 3 RBIs. Nobody throwing in the Red Sox bullpen. Bogart's close at third base, right behind the cut of the grass. Here comes the 1-0. And that's a strike on the outside edge.
88.
Up to 88.
Carpenter 2 for 5 last night. He's 3 for 13 in the series. Had 199 hits to lead the majors during the regular year. Here's the 1-1 from Clay, and that's a strike at the knees.
You know, again, if he has location, he still has the cutter, curveball, changeup. He can still keep him off balance and pitch. But if he doesn't have the fastball in and out, that won't make those other pitches that effective because they just won't worry about it.
Buchholz has made 2 starts this postseason. No wins or losses, an ERA of 5.40. Here's the 1-2. Swing a shattered back ground ball right to Pedroia. Easy play for Petey, and he zips the throw to first base for the out. So he had enough on that one to bust a bat. That's a good early sign.
Again, good movement, good two-seamer. Ross wanted that one in, that lefty that we see when he freezes lefties. He missed the location, but his stuff is so good. He still has a lot of movement on the ball that he got him hit it off the end of the bat.
Can he pull a Pedro what Pedro did in Game 5 at 99 without his best stuff and being injured?
Or is this even closer to Curt Schilling and what Schilling did in 2004? Legendary performances from both of those guys. Here comes the pitch now to Carlos Beltran. Waved at and missed for strike one.
86-mile-an-hour pitch with movement. I mean, you would assume that he spent a long time in the training room and maybe try to get some help to try to make it all go away, all the pain go away.
By help, you may be referring to shots, perhaps. He may have gotten shots in the shoulder.
One or two or
places.
three.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swinging a high fly ball driven into left center, but not very deep. Ellsbury on the run into left center field under, makes the catch. So 2 fast outs. Buchholz off to a good start, facing a very dangerous man now in Matt Holliday. Are you ready for a Shaw's Wicked Awesome 3-day sale? Pick up Near East Rice Pilaf, 69 cents. The limit is 4. Shaw's is the official supermarket of the Boston Red Sox radio network. Holliday was 2 for 5 last night with 3 RBIs, so he was a big force in the Cardinals' controversial victory, which put them in front in the series 2-1. Another game, Game 5, will be here tomorrow night. Slightly later start at 8:15. The pitch to Holliday is taken outside for a ball. David Ross is doing the catching tonight. So Saltalamacchia is on the bench.
I don't know about you. I like that. I mean, you got a kid out there right now, not with his best stuff. It's the confidence you have in David Ross, to try to find a way to get him through this game.
Ross breeds that confidence with his personality and ability. Here's the 1-0. Swing fouled back over the top of the net behind the plate. 2 out, bases empty. No score here in the first inning. Lou Merloni, Joe Castiglione, Dave O'Brien with you from the World Series in St. Louis. Red Sox trying very, very hard to get this World Series back to Boston. And a Game 6. Buchholz takes a deep breath and now turns on the rubber in the 1-1. And it's inside under the hands.
3 games into this series, I think it's obvious now you can identify Matt Holliday as the one guy in this lineup that can really hurt you. They got good hitters, but he's the guy in this lineup.
He's a good hitter with power. The 2-1. That's a good breaking ball in for strike. And the count moves to 2-2 on Holliday. Matt Adams on deck. We did get to the Giant part of the order. For every homer hit by Sox batters 3 through 6, Giant Glass donates $200 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Massachusetts. Buchholz, the reed thin righty, with a 2-2. Swung on and fouled on the ground back behind the plate. One thing that's noticeable, and I realize there's nobody on base, his tempo is better. His tempo is far better than his previous 2 postseason starts.
And it might have something to do. And then if somebody gets on first, that's when we see 4 consecutive throwovers, right? So nobody is on right now. I love the fact he's already come in 3 times on Holliday and made him look kind of rough.
2-2 again. Check swing and a pitch in the dirt. They do appeal. First base ump says no swing. That's Bill Miller. Jim Joyce is at second base for this one. He's the man that made the immediate call on the obstruction last night in the 9th inning. He did not hesitate. So the count is full on Holliday in a scoreless first inning. And Buchholz trying to get a very dangerous hitter here. Here comes the 3-2. Swing, ground ball, hard hit to third, backhanded by Bogart. Smooth play, throws and gets him. Bit of a stretch for Big Poppy toward right field, but he hauled it in. And Clay Buchholz negotiates the first inning very easily. 1, 2, 3 they go.
You got to give him a lot of credit here. This is the World Series Game 4. He took the ball and he's given it a shot.
Clay, by the way, 6-0 with a 1.40 ERA and 7 starts on the road during the regular season. So he has fared very, very well away from Fenway. Big Poppy gets in to start the second inning. No score after 1. David hitting .279 for the playoffs. Lays off the first one. It is low for ball 1 from Lynn. Lynn was an 18-game winner a year ago. Won 15 games this season. So he's 33-17 the last 2 campaigns for St. Louis. Kind of under the radar, but he's been one of their best starters. Here's the 1-0. Swing grounded foul off to the right inside the Cardinal dugout, and that clangs around a bit.
Say at times little things can upset him. Maybe an umpire's call or a play not made behind him. He was an 18-game winner in 2012.
Second on the staff to Wainwright in strikeouts. Punched out 198.
He's lost a lot of weight, right? Last year he was a big fella.
Yep. He's still big.
Yeah, he's still a big guy, but last year he was a big fella.
He has slimmed down. The 1-1 outside on David. 2 balls and a strike on Ortiz. Jonny Gomes is on deck. Johnny was not in the original starting lineup. Shane Victorino was scratched because of a back issue, which has flared up from time to time this season. So Daniel Nava is in the game in right, Gomes in left. Here's the 2-1. Swing, shattered back, ground ball off the foot. Kicked by the pitcher. Here's Molina pouncing, throwing, safe. David Ortiz safe at first base on a close play. And what a bizarre play. And I know you've heard that before in this series, but a shot up the middle, a ground ball. Lynn looked like he kicked at it, and he misdirected it back toward home plate. Got about halfway back to the plate. Molina came racing out to scoop and fire, but did not get Big Papi.
Yeah, 2-seamer down and away. David Ortiz off the end of the bat breaks his bat. Back to Lynn, he kicks it, but it hits square off his heel. You could actually hear it from up here and pop back probably right in the middle between home plate and the mound. Yadier tried to make a great play, but David's speed just clearly.
He was motoring.
Clearly. You smell a hit, believe me, you can run.
Usain Boltish at the first base line, but he'll take it as the bat came apart in pieces. So Papi is aboard and Jonny Gomes is the batter. The Red Sox with their first base runner here in the second inning. The pitch. Johnny lays off a fastball in there for strike 1 at 93. Lynn will walk a guy. He did lead their staff with 76 walks during the regular season in just over 200 innings. Gomes batting 152 for the postseason. He has not homered in the playoffs. The pitch. Swing, ground ball, gently hit, 1 hop to third, frees up and gunning to second, 1 on the first, double play. Jonny Gomes hits into a 5-4-3 double play. Just like that, the base runner is erased, and there are 2 down for the Sox in the second inning.
Lynn does, like you say, he's got some power, 95, 92 to 95 in that range, but he's got a really good 2-seamer, 4-seamer and a 2-seamer. And that ball there just rode in on Gomes and fisted. Ground ball to third.
1 hopper and an easy play to start the twin killing for David Freese. So 2 down and Xander Bogaerts in next. Xander hitting .313 for the postseason. We've kind of been waiting for Xander to launch a long one in the playoffs. The pitch. That's a fastball for strike 1. In game 3 last night, though, he was 2 for 4 with a triple.
Third youngest ever to triple in a World Series game behind only Ty Cobb and Mickey Mantle. Pretty good company.
21 years old. Here's the 0-1. Down and in past the right foot.
Talk about paying dividends, right, of experience for him in his career. Like everything, you realize he doesn't go to the World Series every single year, but next year you walk in, you're almost like a veteran going through all this.
The 1-1 pitch he's taking, and that's down and away. There was a moment last night when Brandon Workman was on the mound when he turned and said to Xander, who was at that point over at shortstop, he said, "Can you believe we started the season at Double-A and here we are tonight?" I mean, that's a great reminder for everybody. Every once in a while, stop and smell the roses and realize how far you've come in such a short period of time.
You mean like kind of getting to call a World Series game with
kind of like that.
Kind of like that one.
Not too shabby for both of them. 2 down and a 2-1. Swing and a ground ball to the middle, not hit sharply. Shortstop has it. Descalso guns and gets him, and that retires the side. It's still the Sox nothing and the Cardinals nothing on the Shaw's WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. On to the second inning of the World Series Game 4. No score between the Sox and the Cardinals. Clay Buchholz had a very good first inning. 2 ground balls and a routine flare to center field. And now he'll get 4, 5, and 6. Matt Adams, Yadier Molina, and John Jay in the second inning. And a righty from Texas fires in. Swinging a ground ball right to Pedroia. Quick step to his left, down for it, up and throws and gets him. 1 pitch and 1 out. That would certainly help the cause of Clay Buchholz tonight if he can do that frequently.
Sure would, no question. He's got some good movement. He's getting some nice location early on. But the second inning in a row now during his warm-ups where the first 4 or 5 throws are, I don't know what to say, but then the last couple that he delivers has a little something on him. It's more game speed.
He's actually thrown a couple to the backstop before anybody steps in.
Right, so he told me yesterday he's going to save his bullets. Even in the warm-ups, it looks like he's saving his bullets.
It certainly does. Well, here's Molina, 5-time Gold Glove catcher, hitting .294 with a homer in the postseason. The pitch. Swinging a fly ball. That one jacked into right center field. That's going to be into the alley. That's onto the grass. The track it up against the wall. Molina's heading into second base. He'll stop there. He went after the very first pitch and he ripped a double to right center. First man to reach tonight for the Cardinals, and he's into scoring position right away.
Well, as this game gets going here, and especially the second time through the order, the report on Clay is 92 miles an hour, 92, 93, but sometimes you got to see it for yourself. You look up there, they see the gun at 86, 87, 88 miles an hour. Yadi stays on the ball. Second time through, they're going to realize he doesn't have his fastball, maybe not be as jumpy and try to be a little more comfortable. That'll be the real test.
Stay tuned for the daily Citgo Community Calendar update in the third inning. Find out more at fuelinggood.com. Here's John Jay now on the left side with a runner at second base, and the first pitch is a little high for ball one. Jay, the man who hit the bouncer to Petey in the ninth inning last night, which eventually led to the obstruction call that ended Game 3. Only batting .200 for the postseason. And Buchholz sets, checks Molina at second base. Here's the pitch. Down into the dirt for a ball, 2-0.
The first pitch he threw was a curveball. It's the second breaking ball that he has thrown. Everything has been two seamers located, trying to rely on movement. First one he spiked about 2 feet in front of the plate. That one there really didn't do too much either. You got to wonder, does he have the strength to get something on that breaking ball?
The breaking ball didn't do very much.
No, it did not.
Molina short lead away from second base. Here's the 2-0. And that's up high for ball 3. Not close on that one. That was 85 miles an hour. David Freese on deck. No score in the second. But the Cardinals have a man ready to score on a base hit. Buchholz trying to come all the way back now on John Jay from 3-0. He whirls. Buchholz does not throw to second base. We did have the giant part of the order. Remember, when Sox hitters 3 through 6 do homer, Giant Glass donates $200 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Massachusetts. Buchholz now really slowing down his tempo. Here's the 3-0. And a fastball in there for a strike at 87. Cardinals have been just about unbeatable here at Busch Stadium since the middle of August. Since August 11th, they've gone 27-6 here, including the victory last night. Molina edging away from second base. One out, the 3-1. Cut on and missed. Jay went for it there, and the count 3-2.
Pretty much, riding that two-seam fastball and the cutter, kind of trying to play both sides of the plate. That seems like the two pitches he has. Haven't really seen one of the changeups from him yet. We've seen a couple breaking balls that didn't do much.
John Lackey is in the Red Sox bullpen tonight. That's where he's watching the early part of the game from.
Seated out there twirling a baseball.
Here's the set. The 3-2 to Jay. Swing, lace foul down the left field line, on a line, and off into the stands.
Well, you got to wonder, right? Lackey's out there. What are we doing here with him, right? I mean, is he really going to come into this game? It gives you length. Who goes game 6? Can Peavy come back on 3 days? Does he give you relief today and go game 7? And you try to bring Peavy back because there's only 4 innings? I'm sure they're thinking about all these different things.
John Farrell said before the game, maybe an inning out of Lackey if necessary. Molina at second base, 1 down. Clay delivers. And it's inside and low. He walked in, ball 4. So Jay is on. That'll put Cardinals at first and second base, and David Freese marching up. Red Sox baseball is brought to you by Sports Authority, the official sporting goods retailer of the Boston Red Sox. No score here in the bottom of the second, but trouble is brewing right away for Clay Buchholz on a 1-out double, and then ball 4 to Jay. Next man in, Freese, the third baseman, hitting just .178, 1 home run for the postseason. Right-hand hitter with some power. but also a guy who can be doubled up. Buchholz would kill for a ground ball right at somebody. Pedroia shifted way over towards second base, right next to the bag. Here's the pitch, and it's inside for ball one. Bogaerts is practically hugging the line at third. Drew on that left side at short. Big hole on the right side between Ortiz and Pedroia. Clay stares in, takes a sign. Molina at second, Jay at first. One man out. And now a step off backside of the rubber by Buchholz. He does not deliver the pitch. Now back on the rubber. The 6'3" right-hander with a set at the belt. Taking his time, very deliberate again in the 1-0. Check swing, that's a strike.
That was a good breaking ball there from Clay. 1-0.
That's one he's thrown.
Yeah, it has. In case you people wondering, maybe kind of a quick hook or long leash would be Clay Buchholz. Nobody up in the bullpen. First, second, one out. Bottom third of the order, maybe. John thinking that we can manipulate it a little bit, see if we can get some more length out of him.
Plus the pitcher in that 9 spot. The 1-1. Swinging a foul tip off the catcher Ross, and the count moves to 1-2. That pitch had a little more on it. That was 89 inside, and to Toulouse point earlier, especially against Matt Holliday, he is throwing inside, so he does appear to have confidence enough to do that.
And I think it's something you need to do against this lineup. Ross back there identifying. You saw it early in the game. Come in. A lot of the jam shot, pop flies, bad swings last night. Heaters in. They like the ball away from him.
1 out, 2 on here in the second inning. No score. Buchholz again whirls, no throw. Molina kind of dancing around second base. He got back without a toss from Clay. Molina doubled with 1 man out. Jay took ball 4. They lead away from first and second. And now the 1-2. And in there, he got him looking. Strike 3. He struck him out at 88 miles an hour. He froze freeze, and there are 2 gone.
Ball backed up over the outside.
Yeah, I tell you, this is the pitch that Clay was so successful early in the year. That little 2-seamer away to come back and freeze righties. It freezes lefties in. And after pounding them in a little bit early in that at bat, that opens up the outside part of the plate. That was a great pitch, great location.
Remember, Northeast Electrical Distributors is New England's #1 source for electrical products and services, and invites contractors, industry, and facility managers to visit needco.com. Northeast Electrical Distributors at needco.com. So now Buchholz on the verge of getting out of this mini jam. Descalso hitting just 158 for the postseason, in on the left side with 2 on, and the pitch. And it misses outside for ball 1.
The Addy on second base, can't help but think about last night, right? Basing up the middle, hold them up. You can't score on a ground ball. The Ellsbury is basically giving up the runs. He's on second base now. See if they feel they can be a little more aggressive with 2 outs.
Jose Oquendo held him after waving him initially at third base. Here's the 1-0. That's up and away for a ball. The pitcher is on deck. Lance Lynn, who even among pitchers is considered a very poor hitter.
4 for 54 this season.
And a lot of strikeouts. Molina at second base, Jay at first base. 0-0 in the bottom of the second. World Series game 4. Cardinals leading the series 2-1. And Buchholz with a 2-0. Swing and a miss. Descalso missed it. Now 2-1.
Talked yesterday, tough spot to hit in the National League at times can be that 8-hole. Buys himself a 2-0 cutter, 2 outs, pitchers on deck. Hey, if you walk him, I know you don't want the bases loaded, but like you said, Lynn's not a good swinger.
You'd love to have him leading off the next inning. Lance Lynn. The 2-1 to Descalso. Swinging a ground ball, rattle a short, backhanded by Drew. He guns to first and got him. Very smooth play. Another reminder of his value defensively. And at the end of 2, nothing doing against Buchholz. We go to the third, 0-0 on the Shaws, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
In this World Series, Red Sox hitters in the 7th, 8th, and 9th spots have gone 2 for 32, 063. The lower third is 0 for 29 since back-to-back hits by Drew. The pop-up that fell in David Ross in game 1. Ground ball pull foul by Stephen Drew to the first base coaching box to Arnie Baylor, strike 1. Stephen 091 in the postseason, 4 for 44, 2 RBIs, and 1 for 9 in this series. Big Lance Lynn, hard-throwing right-hander out of Ole Miss. He delivers, and the pitch is swung on a pop-up third base side. Playable and foul ground. It appears for Freese on the track. He makes the catch, not far from the Red Sox dugout. And Drew is retired. That makes him 2 for his last 37. 1 down for David Ross. He was hitting at .308 in the postseason with 1 RBI at a single in game 1. Ross batting in the 8th spot with Buchholz on deck.
I'm sure John would love to see Ross get on so you can just have Clay Buchholz bunt, right? 2 outs, I'm not so sure, given the state he's in, that he's going to want to put some swings on the ball.
There's a left-hand batter last we saw. There's a foul to the right out of play. Didn't bat these years on the DL in interleague play. Ross is 1 for 4 against Lynn. Only Berry, Gomes, Napoli won at bat. Ross and Victorino have ever faced him before. Lynn delivers, and the pitch is swung on a broken bat grounder foul outside of third to Freese. Are you ready for a Shaw's Wicked Awesome 3-day sale? Pick up sweet seedless clementines in a 5-pound box, only $4.99 each. Shaw's, the official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network.
Well, other than Daniel Nava, who just, as always, has the same approach, doesn't look like the Red Sox right now are looking to get too deep in the count. Seen 4 pitches here this inning from 4 swings. Jacoby came out hacking at the first 2 pitches to start the game. Apparently someone sent the memo out. We're going to be aggressive here on Lynn.
Lynn has never thrown more than 85 pitches in any one of his 4 postseason starts. Got a 5-3 postseason record. Also pitched in relief in postseason. Fastball taken high as David chokes up on the bat. 1-2.
Yeah, that 4-seam fastball, that was 95, 96 right there. So he can hump it up, but for the most part, he's pitching effectively at 92 with this 2-seamer. He's really breaking a lot of bats.
And the 1-2 is swung on and hook foul on the ground to third. Lynn was strictly a starter in the regular season, 15-10 with a 3.97 ERA, and worked 201 2/3 innings. He allowed 14 homers. Opponents at .252 against him. 26 years old, native of Marion, Indiana. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him on a hard 95-mile-an-hour pitch down. And that's his 2nd strikeout. Oh, here's Buchholz, 1 for 3 in his career as a hitter, and that it was costly. He had a single at AT&T Park in San Francisco in 2010 and then pulled a hamstring running between first and second on the bases and missed several starts. Very good athlete with outstanding running speed. Fastball in for a strike. Follow every pitch this postseason with MLB.com at bat. The #1 mobile app for live baseball, available on iPhone, iPad, Android, BlackBerry 10, and Windows 8. Here's the pitch. Swing, and he fouled it to the backstop.
Long. Held that follow through, right?
Yeah,
Looked like a drive on the golf course. Held that thing for a while. Surprised he actually swung the bat.
So it's 0-2 with 2 out and the base is empty. Here it comes, and he takes it high, 1-2. So we have a longer break between innings here, almost 3 minutes. I wonder if they'll go in and sit down for a moment. After he is retired, the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, down he goes. And the 9 up. And just 1 base runner wiped out the double play for Lynn. He's been outstanding after 2.5, 0-0 on the Shaw's WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. No score, last of the 3rd. Joe Castiglione with Dave O'Brien and Lou Merloni here. Who do you think Buchholz is feeling a little more confident now?
Yeah, I do. You really slowed up last inning, though. You know, the turning and trying to pick up Yadier Molina, which we all know is not going to steal thirds. That's usually a sign. But this will be a big inning. If you remember that first game of the postseason against Matt Moore, when he just didn't have his fastball, he 91, and he cruised through the first inning or so, and then the team realized he didn't have his fastball and really jumped on him after that. We'll see what the second time through the order what these Cardinal hitters look like.
Lance Lynn, the pitcher, leading off, 074 in the regular season, and he takes a call strike. He's 4 for 54.
With 30 strikeouts in 54 at-bats.
Clay's had 1 strikeout. Pitch is swung on and missed, laid on a high heater at 88. Top of the order to follow with Matt Carpenter, then Carlos Beltran. Clay delivers, and the pitch is high. He corrected the temperature 52 at game time. The scoreboard read 45. We thought it dropped rather dramatically. No real breeze to speak of at the moment. And the 1-2 to the pitcher, outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Clay has thrown 34 pitches to this point.
That last one was the first time I can recall him touching 90. So he may be starting to loosen up a bit.
Here's the 2-2, and he swings and slices a foul to the right of the plate out of play.
That's one of the 2 things that can happen, right? Either he starts to loosen up and starts to feel it, or the adrenaline starts to wear off and he just kind of loses it. But yeah, I agree. Still 88, 89 right now, hit that 90.
This will be the 6th pitch to the pitcher. Here it is. And he swings and fouls it to the backstop, lunging to stay alive. And making Clay work a little harder. Lynn listed at 6'5", 240. It's the only pitcher still on the roster from the 2011 World Championship Cardinal team. They had a lot of turnover. 2-2. Low and away. Oh, he's worked the count full to the pitcher. Three balls, 2 strikes. Buchholz delivers, and he struck him out looking. Lynn took 2 big steps to first base, but he knew he was out.
He tried to steal that one, I think. I think he realized that was down the middle. Trying to steal the walk.
He made him work, though. Had to throw 8 pitches to get him. 1 down for Matt Carpenter, who grounded a second in the last of the first inning. Mike Matheny, their manager, in his 2nd year at the helm. His bench coach is Mike Aldretti, infielder with the Giants, A's, and others, out of Indians, out of Stanford. The pitch, swing and a foul tip into the mid, strike 1. Seo Kendo is the 3rd base coach. Delivery, and Carpenter takes it low. He was the National League leader in hits with 199. Also led in runs, led the majors with 126 runs scored. A pitch on its way, and he takes a soft one outside. James Merloni is their first base coach. He coaches John Mabry, who played for them on several occasions, 4 different stints. Clay delivers 2-1, and Carpenter hits a hard ground ball and out of the reach of the diving Pedroia into right center. It's bobbled by Ellsbury. Get behind him. Here's Nava's throw to second, safe. Oh, the ball skipped right over Ellsbury's glove. His 2nd error in as many games.
Well, you don't see that off Jacoby Ellsbury. This ball did take a funny hop, but you have to wonder if he just took his eye off it. It did. I mean, it hugged the ground the entire time. It's bounced around the outfield, and then all of a sudden, it hit something. And
maybe he hit a divot out
there. Yeah, it hit something up because it was just hugging the grass, hit a divot, and popped right over his glove.
It seemed to pick up speed. The grass must be very fast here.
It's a single and an E8. Els made just 3 errors in the regular season. Of course, and had that long stretch at the beginning of his career without an error. That was a shock. So here comes Beltran to fly to center his first time up. They overshift the pitch. Runs down and in, ball 1. Red Sox with 2 errors last night. Middlebrook's charged with the error on the obstruction. That's an automatic call. 2 errors in game 2 and 1 in game 1. So 6 in the series. The pitch. Swing, shot in the right center of the ground, a base hit. Here comes Carpenter rounding third, being waved home. The throw comes into Pedroia, and it's 1-0 Cardinals. It wasn't a bullet. He hit a line drive. It hit on the dirt to the right of second base. Petey had no chance, and the Cardinals score first.
Yeah, I think you got a cutter in on him in the hands, broken bat, but good placement, still a soft line drive up the middle. Petey couldn't reach it. Oh, it was just a fastball, 2-seamer.
Well, the Cardinals lead 1-0. The bat splintered, but he still muscled it into right center.
Take advantage of that error right away.
Instant. They've been opportunistic. Second RBI in the World Series for Beltran, his 14th this postseason. And here comes Holiday, who grounded out 5-3 his first time up. Cardinals score first. Here's the pitch, and it swung on a high towering pop fly, left center field, not deep. Gomes coming in. He's calling in left center and makes the catch for the second out. Red Sox never did lead last night. And of course, in game 2, they led just briefly after Ortiz homered in the 6th to make it 2-1, but they gave up the lead in the top of the 7th.
Really a bad break for the Sox here. I mean, you're staring at a first and second situation, or first and third. I don't know if that scores them 2 outs. That's a bad hop. Ball hit a divot and popped over Ellsbury's glove.
Here's Matt Adams, who grounded to second his first time up. 1-0. Cardinals on top. Red Sox bats have been extremely quiet. The Cardinals have 3 hits. Clay delivers. And he misses low with a breaking ball. Our Geico text question: how confident are you about the Red Sox ability to bounce back after last night's tough loss? 37937. The text brought to you by Geico. You can save on car insurance at 800-947-AUTO or online at geico.com. Adams out of Slippery Rock in western Pennsylvania. Big burly left-hand hitter. Off the Texas League a couple of years ago. Low pick in the draft. Call strike over the outside corner, but they've done very well deep into the draft with some low picks blossom, especially with the power arms. For some reason, a lot of their pitchers seem to pick up velocity in their system. Adams listed at 6'3", 260, and he swings and pokes one into center field. Ellsbury started back, comes in now. He's there and has it to retire the side, but the Cardinals score first. After 3, it is 1-0 St. Louis on the Shaw's WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Lynn, born in Indiana, where he went to high school, played at Ole Miss, where he set strikeout records in his career, now lives in Oregon, so he's moved around. His wife Lauren was an All-American softball player at Mississippi. Here's the pitch, and he swings and fouls it to the left out of play. Els again aggressive, chasing the first pitch. He is 3 for 13 in the World Series after popping to short to open the game. 335 down the foul lines, 375 to the power alleys where the bullpens are located, and 400 feet to dead center, symmetrical park. Looks a lot like Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. Here's the pitch, and it's outside. This park opened in 2006, and the Cardinals won a World Series in its initial year, and added another in 2011. The delivery is outside and high, missed with a riding fastball at 93.
You might look at it and say, you Sox come out tonight to be aggressive. You got to beat up bullpen if you're St. Louis, and this is a guy, like you said, can walk you. But they're not exactly chasing out of the zone first pitch. I mean, if they didn't foul these balls off or whatever, it would still be 0-1 anyway, as long as it's in the zone.
Lynn delivers, and Ellsbury swings and misses. At a high rider. He's not throwing much off speed.
Just living with that two-seamer, relying on the movement. Got a lot of broken bats.
And lost to the Pirates in the division series. Was hit very hard. 7 hits, 5 runs, 3 walks, and 4 1/3. He deals, and it swung on foul to the left out of play. And he won against the Dodgers in the LCS. 5 1/3 innings, 2 runs, 6 hits. He's not gone very deep into games. Last year, 15-10. In 2012, he won 18 games. Here's the pitch. And it runs inside. So the Red Sox with a full count. First time they've been there tonight. Red Sox have not attempted a stolen base in this series. The Molina factor. Here comes the 3-2. And he swings and bounces one to first. Easy hop for Adams. Underhands to the pitcher for the out. Another ground ball out. So 3-1. 1 down for Nava, who bounced to the first baseman his first time up. Red Sox baseball brought to you by Destination XL. There's a better way for bigger men to find clothes. Destination XL. Big on being better. Molina out for a visit. 5 outs on ground balls, including the double play. And 3 strikeouts for Lynn. Before the game tonight, the Henry Aaron Award was presented to Paul Goldschmidt of Arizona and Miguel Cabrera of the Tigers, presented by the man himself, Hammer and Hank. Here's the pitch, and it's outside, ball 1.
Hank got a great ovation here by the wonderful fans in St. Louis. Henry Aaron, who learned to hit by hitting bottle caps. And think about how hard that is to do.
Yeah, they tend to sail and knuckle, and he hit cross-handed when he first signed with the Indianapolis Clowns of the Negro League. There's a foul to the left out of play.
I've had many at bats, so that's what the ball looked like coming in.
Didn't know which way to turn.
Check that ball. Is that regulation
What is
size?
that?
Or was he throwing a golf ball up there?
It's tiny. Check it.
Try to get a fastball by Hammer and Hank. Here's the pitch. Check swing grounder foul to the third base coach Brian Butterfield, who scoops and flips it into the crowd. Lexus. Some things are designed to draw crowds. Others are designed to leave them behind. The all-new Lexus IS. It's your move. The Red Sox scored 3 runs in first inning of Game 1. They scored of the 6th inning of Game 2 on the Ortiz home run. Last night scored in the 5th inning for the first time. Here's the pitch. And it's a high fly ball in a right center field. Jay moving over, plenty of room, and makes the catch for the out. They've cut out the St. Louis arch and the outfield grass. Design of the arch.
Did you go up in it today, Joe?
We did, yes. It's quite a view. It's a great look into the ballpark and, of course, across the Mississippi River. Very nice museum there, too. It opened in the late 60s.
The only thing that's missing, can you find, maybe just kind of light it up a little bit or have some lights shining
color
in the background. Give me a little something. You can see it, but
it's silver, you know, reflects the sun or the nighttime lights of the city. Pedroia struck out his first time up, and Petey fouls it to the right out of play. He's fanned 12 times now in the postseason.
Yeah, you don't see that much from him. You know he's battling some things. Is it trying to do too much, trying to be a little over aggressive? This team, as a team, they've really struggled offensively throughout the postseason. You wonder if he's trying to take it a little bit too much on.
Entered the game hitting .225 for the postseason as a team, low and away. 188 in the World Series. And the only hit tonight, a broken bat infield hit by David Ortiz. We're in the top of the fourth, 1-0, the Cardinals on top. Last time was the first time the Red Sox have ever played in this yard. The pitch taken high. They haven't been in St. Louis since 2005 when they played a regular season series. Two balls and a strike to Pedroia. Big Lance Lynn, one of their power right-hand arms, kicks and deals. And is a high foul twisting down the right side. It'll make the stands beyond the tarp. Adams gave a look. Cardinals will have 5, 6, and 7 hitters due in the last of the fourth. The run unearned. Carpenter single with one out, took second when the ball hopped away from Ellsbury. And Beltran singled him home with a broken bat, soft flare into right center. Two and two. Here's the pitch. And he takes strike three, called over the outside corner. A 95-mile-an-hour sinker gets Pedroia, who fans for the second time. 4 punch-outs for Lance Lynn. And after 3.5, it is 1-0 Cardinals on the Shaw's WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Here's the pitch, and he swings and fists a ground ball to the mound, hit him right off the thumbs, throw to first for the out. He'll take that, a 1-pitch out, his 49th pitch.
Well, another fastball in, Molina. We've seen him, how many times have we seen him get base hits to right center field? Fastball in, first pitch, awkward swing. We've seen a lot of those from the Cardinals righties when the Red Sox choose to go in.
Yesterday, all the opposite field hits they had, especially in the first inning by the right-hand batters, which were very costly. So Molina 1-3. Here's John Jay, who walked his first trip. Left-hand batter takes up and in ball one. Started him out with a breaking ball. It was not a sharp breaking pitch. Didn't have much on it. So on one very good curve tonight. A couple of others that were not his normal good hook. Here's the pitch, and it is taken high. Because Lou, you need a lot of arm strength to throw a good hook, don't you?
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the thing that he hasn't really had tonight. I think we've only seen one changeup. He has lived on fastball location, movement, and that cutter.
2-0 to the left-hand batting Cardinal center fielder John Jay. Pitch is taken high, 3-0. Jay's a man who hit the ground ball Pedroia made the great play on to throw out Molina at the plate. And then, of course, the game ended on the same play with the throw to third and the obstruction call. The 3-0 pitch. And he takes low ball 4. He wasn't close there. 4 straight to Jay, who walks for the second time. He walked on a 3-2 pitch back in the second inning. 1-on-1 out for David Freese, who took a sinking fastball, the back over the outside corner for call strike 3. Red Sox baseball brought to you by Sports Authority, your headquarters for officially licensed Red Sox jerseys, caps, and tees. 2013 World Series. Cardinals making their 4th World Series appearance in the 21st century. The Red Sox their 3rd. Cardinals hoping to be the first team to win 3, and the Red Sox likewise. Call strike. And with the first to win 2. Cardinals have matched them, and nobody else has won 2. Yankees have won 1 in 09. Yes, they won in 2000, but that's considered part of the 20th century. 0-1. Giants have won 2 as well, of course. Here's the pitch, and it swung on and missed. He waved.
A good one there.
And it pitched down and away. That's one of his better hooks.
Yep. Good curveball. Actually, no, I'm sorry. That was a changeup. Righty changeup. The second one he's thrown today. Fooled for he's bad.
He lunged at it with one hand and missed badly. 1 on, 1 out for the 2011 postseason hero for the Cardinals, David Freese. The pitch outside with a running fastball. Red Sox have just one hit, a broken bat infield hit by Ortiz. They really haven't come close to another hit. In fact, they have just the one base runner who was wiped out quickly when the next man, Gomes, grounded into a double play. Buchholz delivers, and Freese checks the swing, rolls it softly to short. Drew flips behind him. Pedroia out onto first, wide. Now Drew with some quick hands, flip backhand, and Matheny's going to come out to argue that Pedroia was off the bag. Petey's down on both knees. He took a shot from Jay coming in hard. Matheny thought he was off the bag, and he's making his case to Jim Joyce.
Drew, you're wondering right off the bat what he's going to do with this ball here. He catches it at the edge of the grass. Is he going to be able to get the ball to second base? He gloves it. Not even a transition to the hand. He flicks it with his glove. It's a little bit high. Petey comes up, but on the way down, he still gets the bag, I think, in time.
Yeah, he did, but he had to take a shot from Jay. He was in a vulnerable position. I was a little surprised he went to second. They were fortunate to get an out there. Petey had to jump to get it. The argument is brief, so runner at first, 2 down. A 6-4 is the most unusual one. And here's Descalzo, grounded to short his first time up.
David also does a nice job recognizing there's no play at first rather, it comes off the bag.
Pedroia was upended. The pitch is low, backhanded, gets away, and down to second goes the runner. Freese to second base. The throw down there and picked off by Pedroia. That one almost went into center field. Petey had to cross the bag to the left side to grab the long throw by David Ross.
He just yanked this fastball. Ross looking for a heater away.
It ticked off Ross's glove and then off the umpire's shin. Paul Emmel, and went to the backstop. So Freese, who can't run very well, especially with bad ankles, at second base.
Once again, 8-hole hitter up, man in scoring position, 2 outs. You'd love to have Lynn leading off the next inning, but you absolutely hate giving up a hit in this situation with the pitcher up next.
Likely mean a run. Here comes the 1-0, and he takes a curve in there for a strike.
That was a good curveball. Backdoor curveball. You got to pitch him carefully. If you walk him, you walk him. Pitch to the next guy.
And Lackey's still out there in the bullpen with a jacket on. He has not thrown. Nobody's warm tonight. 4th inning, 1-0 Cardinals, an unearned run in the 3rd. Here's the set for the 1-1 to Descalzo, a left-hand batter. And he takes it outside. Ross bluffed the throw to second and dropped the ball right on home plate. It was a wild pitch that sent Freese to second base. And now John Farrell has said, held up 4 fingers, walk him and go to Lance Lynn. Lynn wasn't an easy out last time. He fouled off a couple of pitches before taking call strike 3 and a 3-2 pitch. There's ball 3. So the wild pitch changes the complexion of the situation here. Descalzo takes the walk, the 3rd issued by Buchholz, this one on purpose. So here is Lynn, 4 for 54, as we said in the regular season, with 30 Ks, and he was a strikeout victim in the 3rd inning. 2 on and 2 out. Cardinals have already left 3. Last night, they left 11. Red Sox problem has been
getting guys on.
Getting on,
to
right?
leave on.
Haven't had many scoring chances. All right, here's the pitch, and Lynn swings and misses. Good low heater in on the hands. Nothing in 1 to the big burly 6'5" pitcher. Freese at second and Descalzo at first with 2 down. Clay delivers, And misses a little low and away at 89. Stands, of course, a sea of red. That's been a long-time tradition here. Even have red water fountains here in the city. The Gardens. 1-1. Breaking ball in for a strike, so he threw him an off-speed pitch.
Good confidence pitch. When you got the pitcher up, you don't want to fall behind 2-1. And you throw a good breaking ball for a strike there.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on. Buchholz to the set. And the pitch to Lynn. Swing and a drive, poke to right field. Here comes Nava. He's there and has it for the out. Daniel got it in shallow right. Fortunately, he was playing that way, was slicing toward the line. He caught it in fair ground for the out that retires the side. After 4, 1-0 Cardinals on the Shaw's WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
It's Ortiz, Gomes, and Bogarts. It's 4, 5, and 6 against Lynn. David responsible for the only Red Sox hit, and that was an infield single in the second inning. So he is 1 for 1. 1 Red Sox hit so far tonight here in the top half of the 5th inning. And Lynn ready. He deals the first one to Poppy. Swinging a liner. Socked down the right field line. He hooked it, and he hooked it foul up into the stands. Shy of the 335 mark, but not by much.
It's nice to see there's still a barrel on some of these guys, right? At least he barreled that one. Lynn, 3rd start now in the postseason. First game against Pittsburgh, 4 1/3. Gave up 7 earned runs. Against the Dodgers, 5 1/3, 2 earned runs. But in both starts, exactly 83 pitches. But he's sitting on 51 right now here in the 5th. It's been efficient.
Poppy has homered twice and driven in 5 runs in the series so far. 1 for 2 with a single and 2 walks last night. Next pitch is outside for a ball to make it 1-1. Lynn kept it away from David there. Gomes on deck. Red Sox started play tonight hitting just .225 in this postseason with 134 strikeouts in 13 games. Here's the pitch. Check swing and a high fastball. 2-1.
Lynn was very good at home in the regular season. 9-3, 2.82 ERA. On the road, though, an ERA of 5.15, winning 6 and losing 7.
Ortiz climbs back in on the left side. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swing, and there's a shot drilled into the alley in right center field. No one's going to get this. Onto the grass to the track up against the padded wall. David's into second base with a stand-up double. So he put a great swing on the foul ball and a better swing on this one for a double into the alley in right center field.
And a very animated David Ortiz when he got on second base, looked at his dugout, throwing his hands in the air, took off that elbow pad and threw it halfway down the line. Arnie Bailey's pretty fired up right now.
Like, let's go.
Trying to get something, change the mojo in that dugout. We haven't seen him hit the barrel too many times. Leadoff double here.
David 7 for 10 in the World Series, 700.
2 for 2 tonight. Red Sox baseball is brought to you by Samuel Adams. Samuel Adams for the love of beer. Well, there's Jonny Gomes. He hit into a double play first time up. 5-4-3. He can tie the game with a base hit. Left fielder Holiday's pretty deep in the pitch. Check swing and a high fastball. It's in there for a strike, according to home plate ump Paul Emmel.
The ball's up.
Yeah, Johnny's shaking his head no, that it missed.
As you mentioned before, Dave, Joe, rather than not many breaking balls. He's challenging these guys.
It's kind of the National League style. Here's the 0-1. And zipped in for another strike at 93. Johnny taking that one. So now he finds himself in a quick hole, 0-2. It was an elevated fastball, but that one was definitely a strike. On deck, Xander Bogaerts. 1-0 St. Louis in the 5th. Ortiz leading from second. Lynn delivers. Swing and a foul back, and guess what? He got another fastball. It's pretty obvious to me that Lynn believes he can conquer Jonny Gomes with nothing but fastballs.
Yeah, you wonder if this slider is in the back of Johnny's mind, a breaking ball, because he struggled early in the postseason with some righties, but At this point, you got to start believing what he's throwing you. Try to lay off the breaking ball because he's going to challenge you with fastball.
Sox trying to get even here in the 5th. Down 1-0. And the pitch. And just outside apparently with another fastball at 95.
We might have evened this count up. This is a pretty good pitch just off the plate though.
1-2. Gomes certainly among the many Red Sox who are due to hit the ball hard somewhere. He tugs on that helmet ever tighter. Johnny leans out over the plate. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a check swing foul back out of play to the right.
Well, he said to throw 95% fastballs, hasn't he?
Yeah, at least. Remember too many breaking balls. Doesn't have really change up. It's curveball, slider, occasional change, one or two, but he's just been challenging.
Lynn pitched in 5 games in the World Series in 2011 against Texas. Those were all out of the bullpen. Now to starting capacity. He sets again and delivers. And it's inside. Good check there by Gomes. 2-2. So the pitch count is 60 here in the 5th inning for Lance Lynn. Ortiz beginning the frame with a double into right center. Gomes again taking his time to get ready in the batter's box. Johnny again pulls on the brim of the helmet. Now brings up the bat. Poppy leading at second, looking around for anyone cutting in behind him. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a foul back. Good rip by Gomes on another heater.
And that was a better timed swing on his heater. He hasn't looked like he's been late fighting it defensive. That one there, it was a pretty good swing. Starting to time this up a little bit, and you wonder if timing up that fastball might indeed buy him the first breaking ball of the at bat.
1-0 St. Louis, top of the 5th. That could change in a moment. Bogarts to hit next. Nobody out. Ortiz at second base. Lynn looks back at him and delivers. And it is outside. Maybe a tad high. Again at 95. He is pouring in one fastball after another.
After that swing 2-2 and that fastball straight back, he timed that thing up. You're going to come back with another one. Fastball 2-2. Got to challenge him right here again. Be ready for it.
3-2 on Jonny Gomes. Lynn stares in. Ready again. Looks back at Ortiz. Here's the pitch. Swing popped him up. Back behind home plate. Molina going back to the screen but has no room. It's over the top of the net. So Gomes will get another swing here after the foul ball. 3-2 the count. A long at bat here against Lance Lynn. Time of the road ahead brought to you by the main office of tourism. And the Red Sox are right back here in St. Louis tomorrow night at 8:15 for Game 5. Begin your holiday shopping for the heirloom quality items featured by contemporary practitioners at the 17th Annual Craft Show at the Maine State Museum, November 2 and 3. Go to visitmaine.com for more information. There comes the 10th pitch of this at bat for Johnny. Here's the 3-2. And it's outside. He walked him. Ball 4.
First breaking ball of the at bat. He laid off a slider, but really non-competitive pitch. I mean, never even looked like it was going to be a strike out of his hand. That pitch was down.
So the Red Sox build their first serious threat of the contest. Nobody out and 2 men on for Xander Bogaerts. And the 21-year-old is 0 for 1 tonight. He is grounded out to short.
A shortened up looking bunt, but you got slumping hitters following.
No, I know Freese is in about 3 steps from the bag, from the line, baseline, but you don't bunt here. And moving him over, Drew struggling at the plate.
You know, you do in the National League, and that's why he's in several steps like that. Here's the pitch. Inside with a fastball. In the National League, this is a very typical bunting spot. But the Red Sox don't play that game. Xander steps out. He looks down at Brian Butterfield.
Even in American League parks, they don't play that game.
No.
Felix Dubron starting to warm for the Red Sox.
Clay Buchholz has given the Red Sox 4 strong innings. Is that going to do it tonight? Here's the pitch to Xander. And a strike at the knees.
One of the few sliders we've seen from Lance Lynn. 1-0 slider. Good pitch.
1-1. Xander again steps out, looks down at Butterfield. who is standing inside the World Series logo as he goes through the signs, well outside the third base coach's box. Ortiz at second, Gomes leading at first, nobody out. And Lynn with a pitch. And a ball inside to make it 2-1. Not a good take by Xander.
Yeah, you got to think like John Farrell here now. You get the pitcher spot up in a few. That's why you're getting Dubron up. You got an opportunity to score some runs. Clay has given you a lot here, maybe more than what people expected. Get Dubron up in case you want a pinch hit for Clay Buchholz.
See if Xander Bogaerts gets a fastball to lean on. The pitch. And it is outside for a ball. He went back to a breaking ball, and Xander took it. And the count goes to 3-1. Now he should see a fastball.
It's a great take by Xander.
That
ball's just off the plate, and whether he was fooled and just took it or not, the fact he didn't swing through is impressive.
He's a cool customer.
It's like he did in the Detroit series.
Yeah, those change-ups by Scherzer, those sliders that he spit on. Now the count his way, 3-1, 2 on. The pitch coming, and it is inside. He walked him, and the bases are loaded for the Boston Red Sox. Xander Bogaerts with another impressive take has loaded him up. That'll bring out Derek Lilquist, the pitching coach of the Cardinals, and Stephen Drew will be the batter. And not the time that Red Sox fans want to see Stephen Drew come up the way he's been swinging the bat, but to put it frankly, he is overdue to make something good happen with the bat.
Seth Manis warming in the Cardinal pen.
And again, Dubron throwing in the Red Sox pen beyond the left field fence. Now the conference breaks up. Lilliquist will head back to his dugout. A double and back-to-back walks and a golden chance for the Red Sox to get on the board here and tie the game or better. They can make it out and tie the game at 1. With Ortiz at third, Gomes at second, Bogaerts at first base, and Stephen Drew, who is 1 for 10 in the World Series and 4 for 45 in the postseason in 14 games, 0 for 1 with a pop-up tonight, in on the left side. Can he finally get out of the skid? The pitch. Swinging a high twisting fly to left field near the line. Holiday in fair territory, lines it up, makes the catch. Poppy tags. Here's the throw to the plate. It comes through. He slides. He's safe. It gets away from Molina, and the Red Sox have tied the game. Stephen Drew drives in the run, and we are 1-1 here in the 5th inning. That was a good throw by Holiday.
Very good throw by Holiday. Actually, it was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be, and I'm sure a lot of Red Sox fans will take that all day long, right? Stephen Drew at the plate, really struggling. That one of the few balls he's actually hit to the outfield.
Gomes held at second base, Bogaerts at first. Holiday came with a good throw to the plate, actually went into Big Poppy, went off David's leg, it appeared, and then glanced away. So Molina did not have the opportunity to scoop it and get him.
Pitcher was backing up in the right spot to prevent the other runners from advancing.
Yeah, that struck David to throw on the body. So the Red Sox have tied up game 4 at 1-1. Still only 1 out, runners at first and second for David Ross, who is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Mike Karp has come to the on-deck circle. There's a run-up bunt popped up back behind the plate. Molina can't get it. It's up into the screen. So Ross was trying to bunt his way on there, clearly looking to bunt for a hit and catch St. Louis by surprise there.
That was good thought, good idea from David Ross. You know, you don't have the pitcher on deck. Buchholz has given you enough. One of the reasons why Felix Dubron got up early and got loose in that bullpen in case this scenario came up.
But the Red Sox have to be delighted by what they got out of Clay Buchholz tonight. To get 4 innings.
1 unearned run.
1 unearned run, a 1-1 game as he departs. Ross can actually give the Sox the lead. The pitch is inside. He backed away on a fastball in tight. So now that pitch count is beginning to creep up for Lance. Right-hander Lance Lynn in this inning, a double, 2 walks, a sac fly. The Sox have tied it.
Now Randy Choate is also joining Manus out there in the bullpen.
A pause by the big right-hander and the 1-1 home. Late swing and a miss. Now 1-2 on Ross. Left-handed hitting Mike Karp on deck. Gomes at second, Bogaerts at first. They both walk to reach. So it's been the longest inning of the night for Lance Lynn.
Pitch count up to 73.
Red Sox bearded catcher Ross on the right side. And Lynn's 1-2 home. And it's up high with an overthrown fastball, 2-2. Mentioned Lynn pitched in 5 games in the 2011 World Series for the Cardinals against Texas, all out of the bullpen, and he had an ERA of 6.35, even though he was 1-0 in that series, which the Cardinals won in 7. We're tied 1-1 here in the last of the 5th, and the pitcher was about to work. Ross asked for time, and he got it from Paul Emmel. And now Ross will jump back in. Gomes and Bogaerts get their leads from second and first. And Lynn ready. He deals. Swing, punch, foul in the air. Back out of play. Now David Ortiz, as he so often does, got the Red Sox going, rocketing a double to right center field to start the inning. Gomes took ball 4. Bogaerts took ball 4 to load the bases. Stephen Drew drove in a run with a sac fly to left. And now the catcher Molina comes out from behind home plate. He comes out to the pitcher's mound, joined by Descalso, the shortstop, and Carpenter, the second baseman.
Yeah, after sitting on 50 pitches coming into this inning, as I mentioned, his 2 previous starts this postseason, exactly 83. And he's now sitting on 75. He's not long for this game. Get him before he gets out.
The Sox had only 1 base runner until this inning. They've already had 3 in this frame. Here in the top of the 5th. Ross again settles back in. And Lynn home with a 2-2. Swing fouled off the catcher. That got a piece of Molina, shook him up a bit as it ricocheted back to the backstop.
What if Ross reaches, whether they might wait after Carp's announced and then go to choke?
Yeah, I think at this point, at any point, Lance Lynn can come out of this game for matchups. So I think if there's a chance that even if he gets Ross, this might be his last hitter.
Carp waiting patiently on deck. He had a big RBI last night as the Red Sox came back. Sox came back on a couple of occasions, never did have the lead, and they have not led tonight. But a base hit could deliver the lead for the first time since the Red Sox got here to St. Louis. Lynn again sets and delivers. Down low for a ball. Good take there to run it full to 3-2. So now you have runners at first and second. 1 man out.
Tell Ross sometimes his at bats, he just takes chances. You know, he's that 1 fastball away. He stepped in the bucket, looked like he was guessing it, fastball in, then he sort of settled down here. He's put a really nice at bat together.
Count is full with 1 down and 2 on. And now Ross again will ask for time just as Lynn was about to come set. He wants to work quickly. Now he's going to call Molina out to the pitcher's mound. And they'll have another conversation.
He's only given up 2 hits, both to Ortiz.
We've seen this though from these guys, right? They can look invincible. Even their bullpen, Carlos Martinez, can look unhittable. Then all of a sudden it just goes. And he's making them work hard here in the 5th.
The Cardinals only had 3 hits against Clay Buchholz. They got a run in the 3rd inning. Sox have tied it here in the 5th. And if Ross can nudge one through, that might be enough to chase in Jonny Gomes from second. Bogaerts leading at first. They both lead away. And the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Down he goes, strike 3. So he comes back to fan Ross. And there are 2 down. And now Mike Carp being announced. He will hit for Clay Buchholz. And there's the announcement on Carp. And Matheny is not making any move to the bullpen here. He's going to leave him in. He's going to leave Lance Lynn on the hill. Mike at .296 during the regular season. He did have 2 pinch hit home runs. He has runners at first and second. And the pitch. Swing, ground ball right to the first baseman, corralled by Adams. He'll go to the bag and get him. And the side is retired. So the Red Sox settle for the 1. They have tied it. They also strand 2. We are midway through game number 4. Middle of the 5th inning in St. Louis. It's the Red Sox 1 and the Cardinals 1 on the Shaw's WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. And the night is over for Clay Buchholz. It was the point of so much discussion and so much controversy coming into this start tonight. He gave the Sox 4 innings, allowing 3 hits, 1 run. He struck out 1, he walked 3. And he leaves the Red Sox with an opportunity to win this ball game with a long way to go. But certainly Buchholz had pitched poorly. It could have been disastrous. He did not.
He gave him what they were looking for. I mean, listen, even if he had better stuff in that situation, you're going to pinch hit for him anyway, right? So
sure.
He's out of the game.
And Felix Dubrat is in. He made his World Series debut here last night and pitched very well. His 3rd appearance of the postseason. He went 2 scoreless innings in relief of Jake Peavy, allowing 1 hit and 1 intentional walk. So he will take over in the 5th inning. A 1-1 tie in St. Louis in front of a packed house here at Busch Stadium. Red Sox fans we have spoken to really like this ballpark. They say it's really not a bad seat in the house. Matt Carpenter will lead things off here, the leadoff hitter. He's gone 1 for 2 with a base hit. He advanced to second and eventually scored after an error by Jacoby Ellsbury when his single seemed to strike a divot and jump over L's glove. Here's the pitch. And it's in there for strike 1 from Felix Dubrat. Carlos Beltran on deck, and then Matt Holliday. So a very tough part of the Cardinal order here for the left-hander. And facing another key outing for himself out of the bullpen, where he admitted he is not entirely comfortable. Although he looked very comfortable here last night. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to the lefty batter. A check swing, looked like he went, and he did. That's a swing and a miss, and the count moves to 0-2.
Yeah, I thought he was impressive last night. I thought he really took over that game and kept getting the Sox exactly what they wanted. Talking about not being comfortable coming out of the pen. He's throwing back-to-back nights now after going 2 innings, I believe about 25 pitches. So this is really a different area for Felix Dubrat.
He says yes to Ross, who's doing the catching tonight. And the 0-2 to the left-hand batter. And strike 3. Got him looking on the outside corner. Boy, Carpenter had no shot. 92 on the black. He dotted it right along that outside edge to strike out Carpenter on 3 pitches.
Well, that's just paint right there. 0-2. He really crowded him the pitch before on that check swing. Got him really worried about the inner half. Can't say enough about that approach. Get a hitter uncomfortable in. It can open up everything else.
1 man away, and here's Beltran hitting right-handed. The first pitch to Carlos is outside for a ball. He has fly to center and driven in a run with a line drive base hit to right. And brought in Carpenter with their only run in the 3rd inning. We're tied 1-1 in the bottom of the 5th. And Dubrat deals. And that's down and in. 2-0. Beltran, of course, has had some great runs in the postseason. In this postseason, he's driven in 14 runs, including the one back in the 3rd inning. He has shined at this time of the year, though this is his first World Series. The 2-0. Swinging a high fly to left center field, not deep. Gomes started back, now coming in. Coming on, makes the catch, he slides. Johnny went down after making the catch. He got fooled on that ball.
Boy, it was a big swing for Beltran. They got it off the end of the bat. Johnny out there reacted to the swing and saw that it had to come in and bust hard. Ends up sliding, making a nice catch.
He made the grab for out number 2, and that'll send up Holliday. Red Sox baseball brought to you by Herb Chambers Cadillac, with locations in Linfield and Warwick, Rhode Island. We've got it at herbchambers.com. Holliday is tapped out to 3rd and flied to left, so a quiet night so far. He's 0 for 2 after driving in 3 runs here last night. We're tied 1-1 in the 5th, and the pitch, and it's in for strike 1. Our Geico text question: how confident are you in the Red Sox ability to bounce back after last night? Text us your response to 37937. Call Geico at 1-800-947-AUTO. Dubron with the 0-1. Good breaking ball snapped in for a strike quickly. 0-2.
Boy, his stuff looks really sharp. 93-mile-an-hour fastball comes back and just dots a nice little breaking ball in the inner half.
Holiday looking a little confused. And that pitch was a strike on the inside edge. Holiday behind. He's been chasing pitches away from him. Here's the 0-2 home. And that one in there. Strike three. Got him looking. He was up there for 3 pitches just like Carpenter. Holiday will argue with Paul Emmel, but to no avail. And Dubron comes out throwing BBs. At the end of 5. Still the Red Sox 1 and the Cardinals 1.
As we move to the 6th inning with the score 1-1, Lance Lynn back out there as we take a 10-second break on the Shaw's WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Hey, the DNC Show on the road to St. Louis for the World Series. We're broadcasting live from Busch Stadium through Monday. This is 93.7 FM WEEI Lawrence, Boston.
Go. Matt Holliday had some words for Paul Emmel in that strike 3 call. Looked pretty hot.
No, it didn't end, that's for sure, on that strike 3 call. Those two had words, got to the point where Matheny had to run from the dugout. He continued his conversation with Paul Emmel, but Holliday was hot, you know, and both strikes.
Dubron getting 2 called third strikes in the 5th inning. His game now with a score 1-1. Are you ready for Shaw's wicked awesome 3-day sale? Pick up 28 to 30.5 ounce Maxwell House coffee, only $5.99, limit 2. Shaw's, the official supermarket of the Boston Red Sox Radio Network. Did some checking. This is just the second time that Felix Dubron has pitched back-to-back. He did it in September of 2011 out of the bullpen, but not since then, as he pitched in back-to-back games in his career, and he certainly had the brilliant 5th inning here. Holiday went back for more, and that's when Matheny and Oquendo started to intercede with Paul Emmel, who was pretty hot.
You know, you got to the point where you tell the umpire what you think. They had a conversation at home plate. Once you start walking back to the dugout to get your stuff, it should be over. Umpires don't like, as you're walking, yelling back at him, sort of a showing up thing. And the minute the umpire takes that mask off, now you've got some issues. Now he's coming after you.
Holiday's back out there in left field. David Ortiz, between innings, seemed like a huddle, and he got everybody together. It looked like he was giving them a pep talk.
Well, this is the opportunity. This is the inning right here. I mean, Lynn sitting on 79 pitches. I'd be a little surprised that they didn't go to the bullpen, but then again, maybe go hitter to hitter with him at this point. We saw Choate and Manus up both in the bullpen, and you would think that the way this lineup's shaping up, Choate would get Ortiz, and they would go from there.
So the third time around the lineup now, Ellsbury popped to short and grounded out 3-1. Lynn edges 50 pitches over the first 4 innings, but through 29 in the 5th. Ellsbury with Ortiz with a leadoff double. He walked Gomes, he walked Bogarts, drew it a sac fly, but Ross struck out in a 3-2 pitch, and Carp pinch hitting rounded out on the first pitch he saw. So here we go with Ellsbury, who's now 3 for 14 in the World Series. 1-1 in the 6th, game 4 of the World Series. The pitch, he bluffs a bunt and takes a strike over the inside edge, and it's 0-1. Again, Lynn went 83 pitches in each of his first 2 starts this postseason. He also got a win in relief in the Dodgers series. He's 2-1 this postseason. The big right-hander delivers, in the pitch. And strike called over the outside edge at 92, a sinking fastball. Elser swung at the first pitch in both of his first 2 at-bats, has taken 2 strikes here.
Maybe realizing, it's a little bit deeper in the game. He just had a 29-pitch inning. Dubron, quick inning, maybe thinking that he's having trouble throwing fastballs, throwing things for strikes.
There it is, and he swings it, pops one into center field. Jay playing shallow, but it's a shortstop's ball. And the shortstop, Descalzo, moves back to make the catch, 1 man out, so you get a weak pop-up. And here comes Nava, who's grounded out 3 unassisted and hit a fly ball to center. 47,469 the attendance. Of course, a full house. And it's a new record for the stadium. Last night we had 37 fewer people here.
at least counted.
Really like to string some things along here to get the middle of the order up with some guys on.
First baseman pretty close to the line. The pitch is popped up third base side, foul territory. Will make the seats. They don't have much range in their infield.
No, they don't really have much range as a team. And we saw that last night with Beltran out in right field. The ball that scooted by him for Bogarts' triple. Most cut it off, but here's the thing: you got to hit the ball to challenge that range. And they really haven't challenged it much.
That's right, they haven't been tested. Choke warming, here's the pitch. And he swings, chops one weakly to third, grabbed by Freese, throws on the move and gets him. Freese was cheating in and he grabbed it quickly. So 2 quick outs here, 5-3 on the out. And here is Pedroia, who twice is fanned. First time swinging, the next time looking. It was not really a smooth play there by Freese.
With where he was playing, in on the grass, no, not smooth at all. You figured he was in great position for it. For some reason, he was cheating in as it was. He made that play look a lot tougher than maybe it was.
Now, Red Sox don't want to let Lynn breeze here with a quick 6th inning, but they've made 2 fast outs. And Pedroia swings and lines one softly into left center, gets down for a base hit. Petey with sort of a humpback liner over the head of the shortstop. And let's see if that does it for Lynn with Ortiz coming up. Poppy's 2 for 2 tonight, 7 for 10 in the World Series. Pedroia with his 4th hit in this series. And David approaching home plate.
No movement from Matheny. He's going to let this happen. I'm a little surprised with this one.
David hit a broken bat grounder off the pitcher's heel and got an infield hit in the first, and then hit the booming double to right center. And the Pedroia hit now is the only other hit tonight for the Red Sox, their 3rd hit. No sign of Choate, who's warming. Here's the pitch. And he takes low and inside, ball 1.
Second time this series where Matheny's gotten Choate up where it just looked like it was for David Ortiz. Second time he hasn't used him. The first time worked out okay, even though David got a single off Martinez down 2 in that second game. See how this one works out.
David singled off Choate last night. The pitch. Missing low and away, ball 2. He's had good success with Gomes, although he did walk him last time. Got him hitting the double play the first time up, so.
I don't think they could be playing any deeper in center and in right.
Wow. Jay was playing so shallow earlier this inning. Now he's almost on the warning track. 2-0. Very doubtfully groove one here. They do overshift. Here's the pitch. Low and away, ball 3, and David sort of shook his top hand, upset that he didn't come close to seeing a strike.
David wanted a fastball, didn't he? He wanted him to groove one at about 95. He was going to hit that thing to Kansas City.
Well, I'm giving the big fella the green light here.
3-0. He takes very wide, ball 4. That might as well have been an intentional walk, even though first base was occupied.
We've seen that before.
They want no part of him, yeah.
No, and probably the reason why they didn't make that switch, they was eyeing the Gomes-Lynn matchup. He likes that matchup, and judging from the first 2 at-bats, you wonder if Lynn still believes here now. You know, in the 6th, he's sitting on 89 pitches. Still have confidence enough to get the fastball by Johnny, because that's pretty much what you've seen here in the first 2 at-bats.
Gomes is 0 for 9 in the World Series, and he does not have an RBI.
He grounded into a 5-4-3 double play. I think so. He jammed him in the first inning. Then Johnny saw, 10 fastballs, all fastballs, and walked.
But you pitch around David Ortiz. Now you got the go-ahead run on second base. Big situation here, and Mike's trusting him. Well, maybe not.
Well, here comes Matheny now. He may want Manis. He's not made the signal yet. Now he does. So that's going to do it for Lynn. Now it's pretty strange why they wouldn't have brought in Choate to face Ortiz unless they want to save Choate. Or later, they do have the other lefty who throws so hard in Segras, the guy David took deep. And
the only thing is he's already been up twice.
Yeah.
You know, and
so Manis coming on. Lynn can lose it. He cannot win it.
More on the WEEI Shaw's Red Sox Radio Network after this. And it's not a guy with a power arm, sinker slider sort.
And the Red Sox have John Lackey warming up in the bullpen.
The Browns pitch one scoreless inning. Pedroia with a 2-out single at second. Ortiz, who walked at first. The pitch. Johnny takes low and away, ball one. One ball, no strikes to the Red Sox left fielder. Gomes was not in the original lineup. He went in when Victorino was scratched due to stiff lower back. The pitch. Strike called. Fastball in there at the knees.
The Red Sox don't know what to do with a guy throwing 89, 90.
Wait a little longer.
Oh.
Man is out of East Carolina University. Comes to the set. The pitch. And it's a little bit low. 2-1. Xander Bogaerts on deck. Johnny tugging on that helmet, as is his custom. He's 0 for 9 in the World Series. He's got 2 postseason RBIs. The stretch. And the 2-1. Grounded foul, left side of the plate.
You know, sinker ball pitcher, you got to get it up, and you got to think the middle of the field. Got to stay inside that ball. If you start to think, if you're too pull happy, you're just basically doing exactly what he wants you to do, and you're going to end up getting a 5-3, 6-3. Maybe he can find the ground ball in the hole. We'll see.
Crowd standing, waving those white towels. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on, 1-1 in the 6th. Here's the pitch. And he swings and drives one high and deep to left field. Holiday back by the bullpen. Jumps. It's gone! A 3-run homer. Jonny Gomes into the Red Sox bullpen. His first hit of the World Series, and the Red Sox lead it 4-1.
Well, I said a sinker ball, you want to get the ball up. And Johnny gets a fastball and drives this ball. I tell you, haven't seen the ball really carry in this ballpark. That ball was smoked, and the man is fired up.
So this is what it feels like to be out in front again. What a wonderful feeling.
Deja vu.
Wow.
His first ever postseason home run, a 3-run bomb. Jonny Gomes, 4-1 Red Sox. Here's Bogaerts. And the pitch is swung on, line to right field. That gets down for a base hit. Grabbed on the second out by Beltran, and Bogaerts, who had grounded to short and walked, singles to right. Boy, your second guessers here will have a lot of fun with Mike Matheny.
So again, you know, it was odd, right? You figure either bring in Choate to face David. You already got him up twice. You don't. You pretty much walk around him. And you wanted Manis versus Gomes. And when a guy hits a 3-run shot on the matchup you want, yeah, it's interesting.
All right, here is Drew, who fouled out to third, and then it is sac fly to get the Red Sox on the board. 4-1 Boston in the 6th. Here's the pitch. And it's in there for a strike. It was pretty much a thigh-high fastball that Gomes unloaded on, and he knew he had it. He flipped the bat. Holiday went back, was ready to jump, but it was too far over his head, about maybe 15 feet into the bullpen, into the Red Sox pen. The pitch. Steven grounds it weakly to second. Grabbed by Carpenter, throws to first for the out. And the side retired. 2 of those runs on the homer charge to Lynn, so he's on the hook. And after 5.5, the Red Sox 4. And the Cardinals 1 on the Shaw's WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
You know, you like to get Felix through this inning. The pitcher spot's second next inning. If you can get him through a clean, you can just pinch hit and say thank you very much.
Adams leading off, the first baseman. Overshift on. The pitch is in there for a call strike. He fanned 2 of the 3 men he faced in the 5th. So Jonny Gomes' first ever World Series hit, and his first postseason home run, the 3-run blast, giving the Red Sox the lead for the first time tonight. 4-1 Boston. The 0-1 Adams. Swings and foul, tips it into the mitt. Good curveball.
You know, Johnny, the minute he hit that ball, he knew it. Flipped the bat and just stood there. But he's done that to me before. And the ball's hit the top of the green monster for a double. So
he's done it to all of us.
I wasn't sold on it yet.
Yeah. But that was gone instantaneously.
Holiday looked like he thought he had a chance. He was ready to leap, but it was way too tall. Here's the 0-2, and Adams takes a strike. Down he goes looking. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
Boy, Felix has really been sharp.
All three of his strikeouts caught looking.
Getting another look on the monitor at David's pep talk.
But don't you know this about Jonny Gomes? If anybody on his club is going to respond to a football-style huddle and pep talk, it's Jonny Gomes.
Surprised he didn't go out there and tackle Manus.
Punching himself in the chest as he rounded the bases. Here comes Molina now, doubled and grounded out to the pitcher, and he takes slow and away ball one. So Dubron's faced 4 men and Fanning 3, all on call third strikes. Red Sox 4, Cardinals 1. 1 out in the last of the 6th at Busch Stadium. The first home run hit here in this park, this World Series, low and away. And the Red Sox second home run of the World Series, third home run. Of course, Ortiz hit 2. Gomes the only other man to homer for the Red Sox in the series. 2-0 to Yadier Molina, and the pitch. He swings, and it's a high fly ball to left field. Gomes moving back. He has the room, though, at the edge of the track, hauls it in for the out. So Dubron 6 up, 6 down. Do you pinch hit for him?
Well, that was just going to say, I think Farrell and Juan Nieves, I'm sure, have a very good idea. Last night, two innings, 25 pitches. He has been sharp and efficient. Only 15 pitches here, has 2 outs. You got a 4-1 lead. The situation's a little bit different, right? It's not tied. You're not down. But it's more of how they feel. How much do they want to extend him? Do they want him to go 3 and get up to that 30, 40 pitch count?
Here's Jay, was walked twice by Clay Buchholz, the pitch. And he takes outside, ball 1. Red Sox baseball brought to you by Suffolk University. Just like the Red Sox, Suffolk has been a proud Boston institution for over 100 years.
If they're confident he can get to that 40 pitches, then maybe.
Let him hit.
Maybe let him hit. Different situation.
He delivers, and Jay swings and misses.
I mean, tonight it's about getting enough outs.
And let's face it. The 7th inning, 8th inning seventh inning especially hasn't been very kind to this team. Greg Breslow has had some bad luck, has struggled, combination of both.
The 1-1, Jay swings and misses very late at a high heater.
I mean, Felix just looks so confident, like nothing is going to get in his way.
18 pitches.
When there were talks about him possibly starting, I had confidence in him because I think that he's shown a couple times this year he's taken breaks and come back in very strong, and maybe the fact he was left off that rotation fires him up.
Here comes the 1-2. Just outside. That was close. Felix took half a step toward the dugout.
Worth repeating that the Cardinals are 5 games under 500 against left-handed starters this year. So lefties give them a lot of trouble.
See another one tomorrow night in John Lester. Pivotal game 4. Red Sox trying to tie the series. The 1-2. Little bit low. David Freese, a power threat on deck.
Jay's giving him good at-bats. I know he came into this World Series really struggling, but he's taking his walks. He's gotten a few hits.
He's 2 for 11, but 2 walks tonight.
But good at-bats. Deep in counts.
Felix with a 2-2. Swing, ground ball, rake weakly to second. Easy hop for Pedroia. Flips to first in a 1-2-3 inning. So Dubron has retired all 6 men he has faced. 6 innings complete here in Game 4 of the 2013 World Series. It's the Red Sox 4 and the Cardinals 1 on the Shaw's WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Here's David Ross leading off, and he takes a strike. Ross has batted twice and fanned twice, though he did good at bat against Lynn. Worked up the pitch count with several foul balls before K'ing on a 3-2. The pitch grounded foul off the catcher's shin guard. Red Sox baseball brought to you by IBM. Mid-sized businesses are the engines of a smarter planet. See more evidence at ibm.com/engines. 9 years ago tonight in this very city, the Red Sox won their first world championship in 86 years.
Can you believe it? The pitch, a little bit low. And like some dramatics here to even this World Series and extend it.
Showed up for the third time for Mike Matheny now.
1-2, swinging a high fly ball right center field toward the gap. Long run for Jay. It's carrying well, but he's there and makes the catch for the out. Hey, Beltran didn't really move very much after that. Could have been a right fielder's ball.
That ball slicing away from Jay. He had to go a long way, and Beltran just sort of, from the beginning, almost felt like, you got that one. I'm good over here.
So here's Felix. Pitcher spot, Buchholz struck out, and Carp pinch hitting grounded out to first. And there's a call strike, fastball in there. Red Sox are not too concerned with what he does at the plate other than staying healthy. Here's the pitch, and he takes it low and away. 4-1 Red Sox. We're in the top half of the 7th inning. A 3-run homer by Jonny Gomes, the story, low and away. Clay Buchholz giving the Red Sox 4 solid innings. 2 balls and a strike to Dubron. The pitch is over the inside edge, a call strike. Ellsbury on deck. Manis steals and he swings and dribbles a foul by the World Series logo on the third base side. University of Massachusetts, proud alma mater of Boston baseball's Ben Cherington and Pawtucket's Gary D. Sarcina. UMass has been serving the Commonwealth of Massachusetts with dedication and distinction for the past 150 years. Here's the pitch, and he swings and foul tips it into the mid, strike 3. Got him on an inside fastball. Now in the National League, the hitter after this likes to stall a little bit, but he won't have to because here comes Mike Matheny, and now he wants the lefty for Ellsbury. He's got Ellsbury and then Nava. They'd rather see hit right-handed if he does come to the plate this inning, and Manis leaves. Lynn is on the hook, by the way, went 5 2/3 innings, allowing 3 runs on only 3 hits. More on the Shaw's WEEI Red Sox radio network after this. So it's been in 7 games this series.
I mean, he's a one hitter.
Postseason.
He's a guy that comes in to face one hitter, right? So with 2 outs and nobody on, this is the one hitter.
Interesting.
He did not give up the run last night. He gave up a hit. And in 1/3 of an inning, his 3rd appearance this series, not been charged with a run. The pitch to Wells. He's in there for a strike. He retired Jacoby in game 2. He's 0 for 2 in his career against him. Base is empty. Top of the 7th, 4-1 Red Sox. Veteran left-hander delivers, and the pitch, he swings and chops a weak foul on the ground outside of first to Matt Adams. Cardinals have the bottom 3rd of the order. Freeze, Descalzo, and the pitcher's spot due. 37-year-old veteran who began his career with the Yankees, ahead of Ellsbury, 0-2.
Of course, they still have Alan Craig.
He can't hit, he can't run.
Yeah, who did not look good. Had to be helped off the field after he scored that run last night. He said after it's the first time he really had to run all out, and he felt it.
The pitch, swing and a fly ball to right field, shallow. Beltran jogging in, he's there and has it easily to retire the side. Choate gets his man, but after 6.5, stretch time here in St. Louis. In game 4 of the World Series, Red Sox 4, Cardinals 1. And he delivers to David Freese. The third baseman takes it up and away, ball 1.
When Felix finished his warm-up pitches, he really stood on the mound for an extra 15-20 seconds waiting for the TV to come back. Took a little bit of time. Long break.
It was a long break with God Bless America. The pitch, and that runs over the inside edge, a call strike. 87-mile-an-hour pitch. Freese in the World Series is 1 for 10. Buchholz went 4 innings and pitched well. Here's the 1-1, and he takes a slow breaking ball in there for a call strike.
That's a good pitch for him tonight. He's landing it consistently.
Racing the hitters.
He's pretty much locating everything at this point.
Ball and 2 strikes to the Cardinal third baseman. Here it is, and he takes a little bit low.
Can't forget, the effort that you got from Clay Buchholz. A lot of talk coming into the game. Didn't look good for 3 days. I saw him lob the ball for 3 days, didn't throw one ball hard until that bullpen, and I think even out there he took it easy.
Yeah, it may have been an open question whether he was going to start this game right until that bullpen gate opened, and he came out after warm-ups.
He saved his bullets. 2-2, here it is. Swing, ground ball hit weakly, charged by the shortstop. Drew gloves, throws from the grass, gets it. Nice play by Steven, coming straight in. So smooth when he does it that way.
Another good breaking ball from Dubront down the zone that frees out in front.
Felix made just 2 relief appearances during the regular season. One you remember was a game where he was dropped from the rotation and got hammered out of the bullpen by Oakland. But you may be right, Lou. The rest has done him some good.
Well, that last start of the year, you remember, I think it was Toronto. I think he went 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs. Really the first start after having that long break.
Now Descalzo grounded to short. It was intentionally walked. And he takes a little wide, ball 1.
Cardinals have Robinson out on deck hitting for Choate, and you wonder if they'll also get on base if they pull him back and maybe hit Alan Craig.
Very likely. The pitch low and away, 2-0. Red Sox 4, Cardinals 1, 1 out in the 7th inning. Bogart's in close at third. Felix delivers and misses down and in, ball 3. Into Zawin. Breslow still warming. Certainly does not want to walk the light hitting Descalzo. Three balls, no strikes. From the set, he deals and drops a strike in there.
Come back with the same pitch. Try to be too cute. Don't try to be too fine. 3-1 pitch to the scoreboard. You're up 3 runs.
Guy without much power at the plate. Here's the pitch. And he swings, pops it up, right side. Ortiz is there. Pedroia calls him off. Ortiz fakes like he's going to catch it and lets Pedroia catch it.
Boy, David's really tense, isn't he?
I'm glad he's having fun out there.
It's really tight.
Pedroia, David called for it at first. Petey called him off. And while Petey was underneath it, David kept his glove up like he was going to catch it.
Got to loosen up. It's only the World Series.
Hey, listen to these numbers. The 2 times he pitched in relief. May 8th against Minnesota. Dubront, 5 1/3 innings, long relief, 6 runs, 11 hits. And then he pitched in relief September 29th at Baltimore, the last day of the regular season. 1 1/3 inning, 5 runs, 5 hits. So he gave up 11 runs in relief. Here's a Robinson lining one into left center toward the gap, a base hit, and Gomes knocks it down, and Robinson, the pinch hitter, is in the second with a double, first ball swinging. Well, he hammered that one. Shane Robinson, the pinch hitter, first ball swinging, and Gomes did well to cut it off, blocked it with his chest. But it's a 2-bagger, and Carpenter's coming up. First hit, only base runner allowed by Felix.
Well, the ball really does scoot out there in that outfield. And that ball was hit hard, but trying to just keep the body in front, give up that double, and get the next guy.
And here comes John Farrell with the left hand hitting Carpenter due here, and that's going to do it. He's going to take out Dubront. But in his 2 relief appearances in the regular season, he went 6 2/3 innings, allowed 16 hits and 11 earned runs. And here tonight, he retired 8 of the 9 men he faced. And
yeah, outstanding.
If the Red Sox keep the lead, he'll have a win. Breslow's 10th appearance of the postseason. 1-0, a 2.45 ERA. 3 runs, 2 earned. So Robinson at second with 2 down in the 7th, a 3-run Red Sox lead.
The surprising thing about Breslow has been his lack of command. He's walked 6 men in this postseason in 7 1/3 innings. He cannot afford to keep that up.
5 hits allowed. All right, here's Carpenter. You got Beltran on deck. If he reaches, Beltran to be the tying run. Here's the set by Breslow. And the pitch. And he drills a strike in there. 88-mile-an-hour sinking fastball. It's 0-1.
You know, that impressive performance he had down in Tampa, if you remember, in that clinching game. Mr. Ross was behind the plate. And he really looked like he had the whole thing under control. First pitch right here to Carpenter. Well-located fastball down and away.
Would it surprise anybody if David Ross catches every inning the rest of the way?
No, the pitch dropping low and inside.
I think the tough call will be what John Lackey and Jared Saltalamacchia have going, right? In his last 2 outings, he praised him in Detroit. Another good outing from Lackey the other night. If it wasn't for that, I would agree with you, but he might go back to him in that game.
Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Low and away, 2-0. Or 2-1. 2 balls and a strike. Zawa ready if they want him. Shane Robinson at second after a 2-out pinch double on the first pitch he saw from Felix Dubron. Here's the 2-1. Swinging a little looper, right field, gets down for a base hit. Here comes Nava's throw. It goes through to the plate, but it's too late. He scores standing. That was pretty close. And it's 4-2. A little looper into right field, and the run charge to Felix Dubron. 4-2 Red Sox. Robinson almost got nabbed there. He didn't slide. He looked at Beltran, who apparently didn't tell him to slide in the on-deck area.
I'm surprised it was this close, because this ball, line drive to right, but probably a broken bat line drive, the soft line. You figured probably score easily, but Nava's playing it pretty shallow. Good throw.
Another inherited runner that Breslow allows to score.
And he's going to face Beltran, who represents the tying run. He's flied to center, single to right center, and flied to left. 4-2 Red Sox. The pitch. Beltran takes it low and away, ball 1, and Matt Holliday, their best hitter, on deck.
This last hitter, you'd think you've seen this before, right? Well, last night didn't work out. Breslow faced him, hit Beltran. Tazawa came in, that's Holliday's guy, gave up the double.
Run charge to Dubron. Here's the pitch. Way outside. Well, this with 2 out and nobody on. The pinch double, and then the soft single. Hit it off the trademark. The Carpenter is at first, and the tying runs at the plate. It's a 2-0 count from Breslow to Beltran.
The Red Sox do falter here tonight, guys. John Farrell would be again under the microscope on the decision to lift Dubron and not pitch him against Carpenter, whom he struck out on 3 pitches.
Well, he did fall behind Descalso 3-0, got him, gave up the first pitch double.
But he totally blew away Carpenter. He didn't look like he had a shot.
And it's not like you're going righty-lefty, right? You take the lefty out, bring the lefty.
Bring another lefty.
2-0. Beltran batting right hand of the pitch. Way outside. This is only the 7th inning, which has been a tough inning in this series.
He's a valuable guy, Craig Breslow, for this bullpen for John Farrell, and he's just been ineffective throughout this World Series.
And the 3-0, he takes very low and away, ball 4. The tying runs are on, and Holliday is due, and here comes John Farrell once again. He wants Tazawa. Remember last night, Holliday hit a low splitter down the left field line for a 2-run double. So Breslow again struggling, allows an inherited run to score. And we have another call to the bullpen, brought to you by the Verizon 4G LTE and Geico here in the Shaw's WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Last night, Middlebrooks first and second tie ball game. The leading runs on second, so you play straight up. In a 4-2 situation, that tying runs on first. Does he hug the line a little bit more? You saw Middlebrooks diving down the line. That's what that double was. It allowed the runner on score to first. The one on first is the one you're worried about. I would expect Bogaerts to be hugging that line, no doubles this time.
Out pitching in his 4th game. He's been in all 4 World Series games, an inning and 2/3, the 1 hit, no runs charged to him. But the big double, he's walked 1. And overall in the postseason, appearance number 12, 1-0 with a 1.35 ERA, working 6 2/3 innings. Well, he's got their best hitter up, Matt Holliday. Tying runs aboard. Well, they started with 2 out and nobody on. Robinson with a pinch double. Carpenter with the RBI single. Beltran walked on 4 pitches. Holliday tonight bounced out 5-3, flied to left and struck out looking. He is 5 for 16 in the World Series with a home run and 4 RBIs. 4-2 Boston, 2 out in the 7th. Outfield a step to the right, big gap in left center for this power hitter. Here's the stretch. Tazawa delivers, and he takes a strike. Got a fastball away at 93.
Xander is hugging the line a little bit, probably a step and a half closer to the line than maybe he normally would be.
The double came on a splitter. Now John Lackey warming again in the bullpen. 4-2 Red Sox, 2 out, 2 on, 7th inning. Tazawa to the set position. Checks the runners. Here it is. Swing, ground ball to second base. Pedroia has it and throws to first for the out. They strand 2, get 1, and after 7, it is 4-2 Boston on the Shaw's WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Nava tonight is 0 for 3. He'll bat right-handed, and the pitch on the way. A fastball for strike 1. Yet another hard thrower. The guy who throws in the mid-90s for St. Louis. A long, lean lefty. Daniel tonight is grounded to first, fly to center, and tapped out to third base. Pedroia on deck. And the 0-1. Swing popped him up. High fly, loop toward right. Second baseman Carpenter is out and underneath. He'll take it. And he makes the grab for out number 1.
I gotta speak for everybody when I say I'll take another couple runs here, boys.
Yes.
Anything we need.
Would make us all feel a good deal better. Red Sox up by 2. State Street Corporation is proud to sponsor and host multiple community groups throughout the Red Sox season at Fenway at the State Street Pavilion, where corporate citizenship and volunteerism is a long-standing worldwide tradition. Petey getting in, pinwheeling the bat, and the first one from the lefty is upstairs for ball 1. It was Pedroia, remember, who started the Red Sox 3-run uprising in the 6th inning with that 2-out base hit.
Lackey still warming.
Here's the pitch. Fastball, strike at the knee. Pedroia with a single in that 6th inning. Moments later, David Ortiz took ball 4. David's reached all 3 times he has dug in tonight. And then Jonny Gomes launched the 3-run homer into the bullpen in left center field. Here's the 1-1. Check swing, fastball inside to make it 2-1.
Another guy out of the bullpen, another guy in this whole staff just rears back and throw it. I mean, he's just pumping fastballs. There pretty much isn't a secondary pitch once in a blue moon, but everything else dead red. Here it comes.
Ortiz the on-deck hitter. Here's the 2-1 to Pedroia. Swinging a high fly ball into left center, not very deep. Coming on Holliday, the left fielder. He's beneath it and will make the catch. 2 fast outs in the Sox 8th. Red Sox baseball is brought to you by CarMax. Start the search for your next car at CarMax. CarMax, start here. So David Ortiz on the night is perfect. An infield single, a double and a run, and a walk and a run. He was on base when Jonny Gomes lit up the Red Sox dugout. But that was not many minutes after David had huddled everybody before the start of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch to Poppy. Swinging a liner up the middle. Base hit. He beat the shift. The shortstop Descalso could not get to it. He went racing behind second base. It was just to the right of the bag. And a single to make David 3 for 3.
And 8 for 11 in the World Series. Wow.
And that's 2 pitches David's seen now off this kid. One was a home run. He got a single up the middle.
Boy, is Poppy locked in. The Cardinals want nothing to do with David. Had to pitch to him there with 2 down and the bases empty. And here comes Mike Matheny. Right now we have a pitching change in St. Louis with a runner at first base and 2 down for the Sox in the 8th inning. Boston leading the Cardinals 4-2 here in Game 4.
John Axford is the one guy on this staff that is slow to the plate, has a big leg kick, so it's a good stolen base opportunity here for Quentin Berry. This will be an interesting matchup with Yadier Molina behind the plate.
The Red Sox with a remarkably high success rate when they do steal, the second highest single season stolen base percentage in Major League history this year, 87%, just below the 07 Phillies, who were 87.9. That's how good the Red Sox were when they elected to run. And that might be the case right here for Berry, who's never been caught in his Major League career.
Although we believe he might have been caught at one point.
Yes.
Get an umpire's call.
Replay indicated that was the case. The lead by Berry and the throw over by Axford. He's back in safely at first. Again, the Red Sox have not attempted a stolen base in this series. Here into Game 4, Lackey still warming up, and there's no question he's going to be entering this ball game.
Well, it's no longer a bullpen session for him in 4-2. He's not going to throw that many pitches and not be ready to come in at some point.
Gomes a big hero tonight with a 3-run homer. Another toss over to first. A little more on it this time, but Berry dives in safely. Red Sox ahead 4-2 in the top of the 8th inning with 2 down and a man on for Gomes. Johnny knew it immediately. The split second he made contact, he fired that bat off to his right and started his home run trot around the bases. A high, majestic blast that landed in a Red Sox bullpen in left center. Here's the pitch, runner holding, and it's up high. That would have been a good one to go on. But Berry was holding, and to count 1-0 on Gomes. 4 runs, 6 hits for the Sox. 2 runs, 5 hits for the Cardinals. Red Sox trying to tie the World Series tonight at 2 games apiece. Axford the set. Berry the lead. Runner holding. The pitch is high again. He overthrew a fastball at 95, and the count goes to 2-0.
Well, they believe they can beat Jonny Gomes with power fastballs, and Axford's got another one, 95 miles an hour. Fastball, I mean, tougher to steal. You probably want to try to pick a breaking ball, but still, a big leg kick from Axford. Berry trying to time him out.
John Lackey, by the way, 1 relief appearance in his entire Major League career.
Berry again edging off first. He's holding the pitch. That is high again for ball 3. 3 consecutive fastballs high up out of the zone. Mike Napoli will be entering this game tonight defensively at first base now that Ortiz has been run for by Berry. Bogart's on deck. 2 down in the Boston 8th inning. Slightly larger lead by the man at first, Berry. He's running, got a good jump. The pitch, a strike. Here's the throw, and it skips off the glove of the shortstop into center, but Berry will hold at second base. He did not get up and run, but he has himself a stolen base, the first one for the Red Sox in the World Series.
You know, that's a good pitch to run on. A lot of people think 3-0, why would you run there? But 3-0, a lot of times, all the focus on the pitcher is to just throw the strike, you know, and try to get back into this count. Probably not paying as much attention to the guy on first. But yeah, this ball scoots into center field. Berry could have seen that a little bit quicker. That's easily heading over to third. Maybe a missed opportunity.
Molina had a good pitch to handle, too.
He did.
Made a bad throw.
Into scoring position. 3-1 on Gomes.
It's been a while since he's thrown the ball to second. Other than between innings, they haven't even attempted.
Berry takes a nice big lead away from second base. Of course, he'll score easily on a base hit. Can Gomes drive in his 4th run of this game? He has a hitter's count. Axford sets and fires. Has a fastball in for a strike at 96 to make it 3-2 on Johnny. Red Sox up 4-2, 8th inning. The big St. Louis crowd, a sea of red. with white caps. All those white towels that they're waving high up over their heads all around the ballpark, over 47,000 of them. Now time is asked for by Jonny Gomes and granted by Paul Emmel. Paul Emmel said a good night back there. He said very few beefs, one celebrated beef with Matt Holliday as they went nose to nose for a while, but other than that, not many. Berry leading again at second base, 2 down. Here comes the 3-2 pitch to Gomes on the way. And it is outside. He walked in ball 4. Red Sox have runners at first and second now for Xander Bogaerts. Xander on the night is grounded out to short, walked and singled. And a base hit away from putting the Red Sox in front by 3 big runs. The youngster last night was 2 for 4 with a triple and a big game-tying hit. He's been on base 2 more times tonight. His pulse does not appear to run very high. The pitch is down low for ball 1.
Yeah, no question about it. You talk about calm. You see that from Xander Bogaerts each and every night. I mean, when he got called up, a lot of people wanted them, John, to use him more to see what he could do. So here we are in the postseason. He's getting more playing time than really regular playing time than he got all year.
Here's the set by the righty man. The 1-0 pitch. Swing, slicer, foul back to the screen to even the count of 1 ball and 1 strike. Red Sox threatening again here in the 8th inning. 2 on and 2 out. Berry at second base, the fastest man in the ballpark. Gomes at first. Bogaerts swings in that right foot, now the left. He brings up the bat. Axford with the stretch. Checks the runner at second, Berry. And the pitch. Breaking ball on strike on the inside corner, and Xander had ducked out of the way of that, and Emmel called it a strike.
I think this ball is up and in. 1-2. We've seen this count before from Xander Bogaerts, who for this next 3 or 4 games, however long this goes, might be the last time you ever see him wearing number 72.
I would think. Lower numbers on the way. The pitch. Breaking ball outside, dropped by Molina, but no advance by the runners at first and second. Berry and Gomes staying put, 2 down, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You know, you might think with Berry on second base, got a nice lead, and Axford slow to the plate, would there be a chance for a double steal here? The only problem with that, you might be handing first base over to Bogaerts, and if I'm Mike Matheny, I would choose to pitch to Stephen Drew. So maybe keep it right where it is, let Xander get in that bat.
Drew on deck. Does have an RBI tonight on a sacrifice fly. Let's see if the kid gets something to swing at here on 2-2. Axford with a long look in, really taking his time. Runners lead at first and second. And the pitch. Too high. Again, a fastball way out of the zone. That one 97 miles an hour, but not close. And now the runners can get a head start.
Whatever scouting report the Cardinals have on Bogaerts, I think you go to it right here. Whatever that pitch is, whether you think breaking ball, he struggles, fastball, whatever it is, with runners scoring, I think you still be careful. Technically, if I'm Mike Matheny, I'm still looking at a base open with the struggles of Stephen Drew here so far.
Runners can take off with the pitch on 3-2. And there they go, the pitch. And a breaking ball in there, got him looking for strike 3. Dropped in a curveball at 78 to fan Bogaerts, and that retires the side. So the Red Sox in front. 4-2 over the Cardinals on the Shaws, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. And here's the first pitch to Matt Adams. It's taken for ball 1 down low. Adams tonight has grounded to second, fly to center, and struck out. John was in a very good humor before the game tonight as he came into the clubhouse. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that's down and in for a ball. The count 2-0. He announced to his teammates, he's a big Cowboy fan. He's purchased a suite at Cowboy Stadium there in Dallas. And he announced to anybody who is listening, does anybody want to buy a suite? I think those conservatively may run about 50 grand.
Is that because the Cowboys lost today?
Yes, they lost today.
Late loss.
Here's the 2-0. That's a strike along the outside corner, 2-1.
You know, one benefit of bringing Lackey in before the inning is now that you double switch, you can put Napoli at first base. Napoli will bat third next inning. Lackey's in the 4-hole, technically for Ortiz, Berry, how it played out.
Napoli at first now. Here's the 2-1. Swing grounded foul off the right side into the tarp down the right field line, and the count 2-2.
If you started Tazawa off and Napoli goes to first, he automatically goes in that 4-hole, not coming up in the bottom half, the top of the ninth. And if you wanted to double switch at that point, the last guy was out was Bogarts. Do you want Middlebrooks in there? I guess you could do Gomes. How's Victorino feeling?
2-2 to Adams. Swing, little tapper, chop to the left side, charged by Bogarts. Throws from the grass close, got him at first base by a step. That was a bang-bang play. Both Drew and Bogarts started to converge on it right at the cut of the infield grass, but Xander plucked it and fired. That was an athletic-looking play, and he got him from his third base position for out number 1. So one man gone. Red Sox baseball is presented by AutoZone. For the auto parts, accessories, and advice you need, get in the zone. AutoZone. Now here's Yadier Molina. He's doubled, grounded out, and flied out. And he takes a breaking ball in there for strike 1. 1 for 3 tonight. 4-2. Red Sox in the lead here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Koji getting loose in the Red Sox pen.
Lackey deals. Fastball outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, if he can go 1, 2, 3 here, you'd set it up so you get 7, 8, 9 in the 9th. Big inning.
Lackey pitching, and that's a ball outside.
Well, Paul's not really giving him much in the outside corner. That's 3 times now. Lack's only been in here for a few pitches, total of 8 pitches, and 3 times he's stared in on him, not getting that call.
Lackey working quickly as always. The 2-1 to Molina. That's a fastball apparently outside. 3-1.
That's the same pitch. That's 4 pitches now. Lack's been in there for 9.
And Lackey takes a little walk out behind the hill. That's a bit of a protest. He doesn't say anything to the umpire, at least not yet.
Wow.
3 balls, 1 strike on Molina, who has 1 home run in the postseason. The 3-1 and a strike.
Makes the adjustment rather than nibbling in the outside corner, catches a little more of the plate in the outer half.
Clay Buchholz went 4 innings tonight, allowing 3 hits and 1 run. The 3-2 pitch from Lackey. Swing grounded fair. Diving stab behind third by Bogarts. He's up. He guns. He skips it. And it's away from Napoli. It got by him. It rolls to the tarp up the right field line. And Molina's into second base. He stops there. Napoli could not slow it down. An errant toss by Bogarts, who made a wonderful stab deep behind the bag. He went sprawling down to get it. He got up to throw. He skipped it 1 time, a bit up the right field line. Mike could not hold the bag and could not get to the baseball.
You know, you want the throw to be on the bag. You'd love to get the out, but sometimes you just got to accept the fact that you're not going to get him. This ball is far off the bag. Knapp, for some reason, tries to hold first base. And we've seen this throughout this series. Sometimes you got to recognize that there's no play. Come off the bag, keep it in front of you.
Why does every play involve third base? Runner at second now for Jay, and he takes one down and in for a ball, so it'll be a base hit and an error.
That's when your first base has got to help you out. I mean, you make a nice play to rob a double. You come up, try to make a one-hop throw. You got to accept it. You got to come off the base. He tried to hold the bag, and just there was no chance.
Jay has walked twice and grounded to second base. The pitch is down low, and it skips away from Ross. That rolls behind him and to his right onto the track, and trotting into third and stopping there is Molina. So now they can make an out and bring in a run and cut the Red Sox lead down to 1. It was a breaking ball that Ross just didn't reach. Tried to backhand it, and it skipped on by him.
Well, that run on third means nothing to me. You got a 2-run lead right now. Get back into this count against Jay. This is the guy you're worried about. Forget about Molina at third.
Freeze on deck, 1 down, a man at third base, and the pitch. Swing, little pop up on the infield. That'll be caught. Drew it short, makes the catch on the dirt for out number 2. Big pitch there by Lackey. He pops up Jay. Runner holding at third base, and now Freeze comes up. And the Red Sox can get out of this inning without a run being scored despite the error. A Cheap Trick performs their classic hits, including I Want You to Want Me in the Flame at Foxwoods Resort Casino on Friday, November 15th. Tickets available at foxwoods.com. Freeze tonight is 0 for 3 as Lackey delivers, and it's outside for a ball. Freeze is struck out looking, hit into a fielder's choice, and also grounded to short. Runner at third base in Molina. Red Sox ahead 4-2. Bottom of the 8th inning. Boston 4 outs away from evening up the World Series. Here's the pitch. Check swing, strike to the outside edge at 92.
And Alan Craig is on deck. He would hit for Descalzo.
Craig, one of the villains last night. He's the man that scored on the obstruction. Lackey with a 1-1. Swing, ground ball right to the shortstop. Hoovered up by Drew. He guns and gets him at first base. That is out number 3. John Lackey out of the bullpen slams the door. And we have wrapped up 8 innings in Game 4 with the Red Sox still in the lead. 4-2 over St. Louis on the Shaw's WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Here's the pitch. And it's up high for ball 1. So we're into the 9th inning of Game 4. St. Louis struck first with a run in the 3rd inning. Red Sox tied it with a run in the 5th. And then Jonny Gomes had the big blow, a 3-run monstrous homer in the 6th. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swinging a high, twisting foul out of play to the left. 1-1 on Drew. Cardinals have since added another run, Lou, in the 7th inning.
I was saying you start thinking about, switching and everything. A lot depends on Victorino. Right now, you got a pretty good defensive team out there, other than Victorino. But how do you get him in this game? There's really no double switch opportunities. Gomes just got up last inning. If anything, it would just be a straight substitution.
Right-hander Axford delivers the 1-1, and it's too high with a fastball. The Cardinals in the bottom of the 9th inning will have the light-hitting Descalso coming up, and then the pitcher's spot, and then Matt Carpenter due up, a left-hand hitter. And that would be against Koji. One would presume. Here comes the 2-1. And a little bit low for a ball. Good eye by Steven. The count goes to 3-1.
Well, we're starting to see Alan Craig. They also have Wong available. He had hit last night. Cosma and Cruz, a backup catcher.
I think swinging a bat, you might see. I don't think Craig's going to lead off. He was on deck with Del Caso, but down 2, you'd rather see him hit with somebody on.
3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss by Drew, who has 4 hits in the postseason in 46 at-bats in 14 postseason games.
I would think you'd probably go, given what you saw from Wong, if Del Caso doesn't hit, he might lead off, and then Craig would then hit for the pitcher.
Mike Napoli is on the 3rd step of the dugout wearing a helmet. We've yet to see Mike in the series until tonight. Here comes the 3-2. Swing, popped him up, but foul back out of play as it curls into the stands.
Seen a lot of Stephen Drew fouling balls over here, over the Sox dugout on that third base side. Just getting that bat in and out of the zone. It's been long. Got to stay through the baseball. Seems like he's just getting underneath it. Let's see him get back to left center field. He's really been lost here for a while now in the postseason.
He's leading off the 9th inning with the Red Sox in the lead 4-2 in Game 4 of the World Series. The tall right-hander throws very hard, delivers a 3-2. Swinging a high fly ball to center. Jay backs up a bit into right center now. The center fielder there to make the catch. 1 down in the Sox 9th, and David Ross coming up.
Nice job by Lackey, though, kind of bearing down. You got a 2-run lead. I know you didn't want to worry about it with a 2-run lead, but the fact that you kept them from turning into a 1-run lead. Now Koji comes in as a closer. Always easier to go out there and face a guy with a 2-run lead as opposed to 1 pitch away from tying that thing up. That's a nice 1-run cushion.
Koji up in the bullpen right now, beginning to toss. Ross has gone hitless tonight. First pitch to David, swung on and fouled back for a strike. He has struck out twice and fly to center field. Game 5 of the 2013 World Series will be here tomorrow night. We will have it for you right here on our flagship station, WEEI. Slightly later start at 8:15. Here's the 0-1 pitch and a fastball high. And a count 1 ball and 1 strike on Ross. John Lester against Adam Wainwright, a rematch of Game 1. Red Sox trying to force this series back to Fenway. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Ross swings and loops another foul back into the stands, and the count's 1-2. Napoli on deck. 47,469 looking on tonight here in downtown St. Louis in the shadow of the arch. And they've been very tentative these last several innings ever since Jonny Gomes pulverized a 3-run homer to give the Sox the lead. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a line drive pulled into left. Holiday is there and he'll make the catch about chest high. Almost did right at him. 2 up and 2 down. In the 9th inning for Boston. Red Sox with a 2-run lead. And here comes Mike Napoli. Now, many wondered why Mike did not hit last night. Why Brennan Workman, a pitcher who had never hit in the major leagues, was allowed to bat in the 9th inning against their hard thrower Rosenthal, who only throws about 100 miles an hour.
No chance.
And that was good morning, good afternoon, good night, as anticipated. But he hits tonight, and the pitch in for strike 1.
Lou, will the 1 inning for Lackey affect the start, Game 6?
No, I don't think so. You still got basically Game 5 and then the off day. Probably these guys are really cutting back on their bullpens. You serve that as your bullpen session and get ready for Game 6.
The 0-1. Napoli, a breaking ball into the dirt. Runs the count to 1-1.
This time of year, these guys have really tailed back their bullpen sessions and kind of taking down the intensity. A little bit more of an intense bullpen, obviously, in the game here, Game 4 of the World Series, but he's still got 2 more days. 1 inning won't affect him.
Ellsbury on deck, 4-2 Boston in the 9th. 1-1 on Napoli, who hit 23 home runs in season. Here comes the pitch, and a breaking ball high. Red Sox have had so many guys, and Jonny Gomes added to the list here in this World Series, who have had rough series and then had a giant moment, like Gomes' 3-run homer. You think about Victorino's grand slam. Here's the 2-1. That's outside. Saltalamacchia's walk-off hit. And Mike Napoli with the 2 big shots in Detroit. Not to mention a 3-run double. But it's not like Mike has torn the cover off the ball in the postseason, hitting .225. Here's the 3-1. Swing fouled back, and now a full count on Napoli.
Does seem like a while ago, too, but even remember David Ortiz's first 6 at-bats at the ALCS, how ugly those were before the grand slam off Benoit.
And then how beautiful that was. That's how the Red Sox have done it.
So Stephen Drew looking around saying, all right. Can I get some of that love?
When's it my turn? Red Sox 4, St. Louis 2. Top of the 9th inning. Koji all warmed up in that bullpen. 3-2 on Napoli. And the pitch home. Swing popped up. That'll make the seats back behind the plate. Up into the 2nd level. It's a 4-level ballpark.
A healthy hack from Mike Napoli. 3-2.
Yes.
He's looking to hit the arch with that one.
Pretty good battle between these two. Axford, who's been hitting .97, and Napoli, who can hit it a long way. Here comes the 3-2. Check swing in there. Strike three. Got him with a breaking ball. Mike tried to hold up, but it was in there anyway. And the side is retired. The Red Sox go in order. And we go to the bottom of the ninth inning. The Red Sox need 3 outs to even up the series. Koji time here in St. Louis. Back with more in a moment on the Shaw's WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Koji Uehara, who has oddly had some ups and downs in the postseason, although his ERA belies that as 0.87. Last night he scuffled a bit, and the Red Sox would lose on that very controversial obstruction call eventually. St. Louis took a 2-1 lead. The Red Sox are now 3 outs away from evening up the 2013 World Series.
Well,
Daniel
so
Descalso will lead things off here.
He's been so good. Yeah. When he's sharp, though, the ball is down and he's pumping strikes. When he's not sharp, that's fastball up, splitters up. Still gets through some innings, just not as sharp.
First pitch on the way to Descalso. That's in there for strike one. Always a good sign with Koji.
Great sign. First pitch splitter.
He threw only 3 pitches last night. Of course, gave up the double to Craig. He was on deck.
He was on deck. That's right. Alan Craig to pinch hit. Here comes the 0-1. Waved at and missed by Descalso, and he's quickly in the hole. 0-2. And Bogaerts, who had been in against the bunt, now backs up and off the line toward the shortstop position, toward the hole, as the third baseman. Here comes the 0-2 pitch, and it's just outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Red Sox with a 4-2 lead here in the ninth.
Sorry, this is a matchup last night, right? This is the one that ended the game. Oh, no, it was Jay.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing, ground ball, rattle to the right side. Pedroia a bit to his left, gathers it, throws, gets him. 1 man out. So that was quickly done. The Red Sox are 2 outs away from tying the series at 2-2. And Alan Craig, who is one of the top hitters all season long until September, when he sprained his foot and missed 22 games and the first 2 rounds of the playoffs, he's about to dig in.
He's limping badly walking to home plate.
Yeah, that's a bad limp walking up to the plate right now.
He got shaken up at home plate when he went sliding in on the obstruction play. He thought he was out, and indeed, had the play stood just on those merits, the throw and the tag, he would have been. Pitch on the way, and that's outside for ball 1. But of course, the obstruction erased the necessity for an out at the plate.
All of a sudden, Immel's getting a little tight on that outside corner. That's a pretty good pitch. First pitch fastball located down and away. He didn't get it.
Carpenter on deck. Here's the 1-0, and that's a strike. 89 miles an hour, 1-1 the count. 4-2 Red Sox. Very few hits in the game. Boston with 6. St. Louis with 5, but the Red Sox have a 3-run homer from Jonny Gomes. Here's the 1-1. Swing, fly ball right field, driving back Nava. Back to the track. Can't get it. It's over his head. Onto the warning track. It short hops the fence. Going to be a long single. Nava guns it into second base. Not anything more than a base hit on what should have been a double.
He just can't move. I mean, he hits this ball and he does everything he can just to get the first base. This is an easy double for anyone in the world, but he just can't move.
Well, they're going to run for him. They're going to bring Wong in to run for Craig at first base. And that'll bring up Matt Carpenter, and he represents the tying run for St. Louis. He's had a good night at the plate, too. He's gone 2 for 4 with a pair of singles. So we were asking for no drama, but suddenly there is some here in St. Louis in the bottom of the 9th inning. Red Sox ahead 4-2. Wong runs very well. The man at first base. Carpenter's a left-hand batter in the pitch. That is high for ball 1.
Don't want to get too far ahead, but watching Alan Craig run like that, this thing can get back to Boston. I don't even think he can DH. I think he's a pinch hitter the rest of the way.
Of course, it has to get there first, and the Red Sox have to win tonight. Here's the pitch to Carpenter. Off speed in there for a strike with the split to make it 1-1. Carpenter has not hit a home run in the postseason. Hitting just .203 so far in the playoffs, even with the 2 hits tonight and 2 hits last night. Here's the 1-1. That is outside. He wouldn't chase. I don't think there's any way around this. Koji is not as sharp in the postseason as he was in the regular season. Even though, again, the ERA is minuscule, it is taking him more pitches to achieve the same results that he was getting before. And he's leaving a few up in the hitting zone. Here's the 2-1, swinging a high fly ball popped to short right. Pedroia goes out to get underneath. He's underneath it near the line. Petey's there, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Boy, that was up there all night long, especially when you're waiting for it to come down all night long.
Still two dangerous hitters, Beltran, and after that, Holiday.
I would agree with you, though, Dave. I mean, listen, this guy's logged a ton of innings. He's been asked to do an awful lot. After that Detroit series, he looked just exhausted, and still good enough to get guys, but not the Koji where we would see, 10 pitches, 9 strikes, 1, 2, 3, never even an afterthought.
Well, here comes Carlos Beltran. Always a tough out. 1 for 3 tonight, batting lefty, and the first pitch is low for ball 1.
He's 1 for 3 in his career against Koji.
4-2 Red Sox leading St. Louis with 2 down in the bottom of the 9th inning. A runner at first. And a 1-0 pitch to Beltran. Right through there for strike 1. He fired in an 88-mile-an-hour fastball. Red Sox trying to tie the World Series at 2 games apiece. Game 5 here tomorrow night. Lester against Wainwright. Throw to first, got him picked. He's out! He got him! He's out at first, and the ball game is over. Koji picked him off. He picks off Wong, and the World Series is tied as the Red Sox take game 4 with no obstructions. Boston wins 4-2 over St. Louis. What a way for this game to end.
Kolten Wong, the rookie, last night really had an impact on that game, and this, Koji just caught him in a hop to get his lead. I don't think he was going anywhere. It was just a quick toss.
Wow.
What a pivot. Quick pivot and a strike.
How that happens with Carlos Beltran at the plate, I don't know.
Wow, what a mistake by Kolten Wong in St. Louis. But what a great win for the Red Sox as they have even the World Series. And this crowd of 47,000 is absolutely stunned here in St. Louis.
So the World Series goes back to Boston for sure.
No question about that now. The Red Sox are absolutely going to come home and have a chance to go home to Boston with a 3-2 World Series lead.
Down to Aaron Andrews.
Oh, thanks so much. And Jonny Gomes just came over and said, yeah, that wasn't supposed to happen, but it did. Finally, a game ended the right way for you guys.
Yeah, that's it. Emotional roller coaster here, obviously. And we stayed away from throwing the ball down the third base line tonight. And obviously turned over Koji. Buck answered some questions. We had Lackey out of the pen. Doobie did great.
You're forgetting a part here. 90 minutes before the game, you get told you're in the lineup. Johnny, you were 0 for 9 in the World Series. What is it about this team? What is it about you picking your spots tonight, hitting a 3-run home run?
Well, I don't know about me. I mean, since I signed up for this game, all I wanted was the opportunity. Whether it's a pinch hit, start, anything. I just wanted to be in the box. And I think it was ironic, that it happened in the top of the 6th when we took that moment for Stand Up for Cancer. I mean, I held 2 signs that were pretty close to me and everyone in here. So some angels above.
Got any hair left on that beard? We saw them tug it pretty hard.
Them boys did give a tug, but I wasn't feeling much right then.
Take us through that at-bat in the 6th.
Yeah, I mean, I take a lot of pride, in the at-bat in front of me and behind me. I mean, obviously, big pun, it's pretty much an intentional walk. Expected, absolutely, but I did what I could to give him a little protection. The at-bat before had a long at-bat, was able to swing my way in time and was able to get a strike.
Thanks so much, appreciate it. All right, Joe, back over to you.
All right, Aaron. Jonny Gomes with a celebration as he got back to the dugout after that 2-out 3-run shot. And here's how the game ended with that jab step to the right. Kolten Wong was out, the tag by Napoli, and this game is over.
Incredible. Boston evens the series at 2 games apiece. Sam Ryan is in St. Louis, and she was standing by with Big Papi, David Ortiz, after the game.
We saw you talking to the team in the dugout before that key 6th inning. What was it that you said to them to get them all fired up?
No, just trying to get everybody in the mood. I know we haven't played the way we normally do. This is the World Series, another different stage. But no, we just, as an older one of the older players. I'm watching things. I see things around, and I just want to, get everybody in the mood. Just let everybody know, hey, let's loosen up and let's try to play the game the way we normally do and not try to overdo things.
Jonny Gomes backed you up, coming through with that 3-run home run. You were on base when he hit that. How did you know it was gone?
Well, I saw it was a high fly ball, but when I saw the ball going over the fence, I was running hard because I thought it probably hit the fence, but when I saw the ball going over the fence, I don't think there was anybody more excited than myself on the field.
Nobody knew how many innings you guys were going to get out of Clay Buchholz. What can you say about what he gave tonight?
That kid, he pitched with his heart tonight. I had never seen him throwing fastball 88 miles an hour the longest I've been watching him play, but he said the other day, I asked him, I've been talking to him all these days, and he said, hey, you know what, I'm going to give everything I have that day. I mean, it might be my last start this year, but I got to back up my team, and he did.
The series is tied now. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And it is a final in St. Louis. MLB tonight presented by Bacardi Oakart. We're inside Studio 3. Paul Severino, Bill Ripken, and Darryl Hamilton. So 2 nights in a row in St. Louis. Games 3, Games 4. They end the way we don't see very often. Last night, of course, the play. Tonight it ends on a pickoff. We've got ourselves a best of 3.
Yeah, I can't remember seeing anything as bizarre as this one. We were just we're looking at each other. Is that really how this one just ended tonight? So after last night, we just had that.
Yeah, it's amazing. The neat thing about being a baseball player is you got to forget what happened the night before. You got to come back, focus on the night in hand. Boston did a great job of doing that tonight, but I'm shocked again like last night. What a way to end a ball game.
Unbelievable. Kolten Wong gets picked off of first base, and just like that, the Boston Red Sox have evened things up. They got their offense from Jonny Gomes, a big 3-run home run. But coming into this ball game, it was all about Clay Buchholz. Is he even going to toe the slab today? Some people were asking. Then all of a sudden he goes out there, he gives you 4 innings, he keeps you in the game. I think the Red Sox would have signed up for that any day of the week.
Yeah, I tell you, Darryl, when we watched him warm up and get loose in between his starts, I was sitting there going, there's no way this is going to happen. For him to go 4 innings today, I'm very impressed with. He went out there. Obviously, he wasn't right, but he found a way to get through 4 and give him a chance to win.
And what we were talking about, the fact that he was standing around 88, 89 miles an hour. That's almost like that hitting speed where it becomes a little difficult for a big league hitter to focus and to square up a ball. And he stayed under that radar for the most part and did a great job of keeping those guys off balance.
It was really unbelievable. On the other side, Lance Lynn goes 5 2/3 innings, but the big blow, it didn't come off of his arm, rather Seth Maness with the 3-run home run from Jonny Gomes. Look, we could talk all night about what Jonny Gomes means to this Boston Red Sox team, but here you go, tied at 1 in the 6th, and Gomes unloads, and Gomes had been ice cold throughout this World Series.
Yeah, ice cold is right. And I think when Maness came in, the sinker baller, I think, is certainly the right move because, to me, Gomes is having a lot of trouble with anything down. And Maness threw him the one pitch that he was going to be able to get the bat hit to. And when he hung that sinker up there, Gomes didn't miss it.
Yeah, it's one of those things that he took a couple pitches prior to that on the outside corner that were very close and got the call for balls. And it's almost like, as a pitcher, your mindset is, okay, I've got to get this one in. I've got to throw a strike in. And when you try to make that perfect pitch, you sometimes leave it up. And give credit to Gomes. He jumped all over it.
Of course, plenty of reaction still to come from St. Louis. But, again, you go back and one bullpen did not get the job done. That, of course, being the St. Louis Cardinals. But the Boston Red Sox bullpen obviously did get it done. They needed the last 5 innings from the bullpen. And for the second night in a row, Felix DeBrunt went 2 last night. He goes 2 2/3 tonight in Game 4. And he shut this Cardinals team down.
Yeah, I think about this, too, when you talk about the bullpens. Because both of these bullpens are good. But DeBrunt's basically a starter, has been all year. Lackey comes in and gives him an inning as well, but DeBrunt for 2 2/3 after throwing two innings yesterday, MVP of the game for me.
Yeah, DeBrunt was unbelievable. The fact that he pitched last night and didn't come out and do the same thing again tonight. I thought it was incredible that he actually said, give me the ball, I want to do it. And then Lackey coming in on his day where he throws on the side. That was a huge 8th inning where he came out there and got the side out. I mean, you need that in games like this because there's no schedule on who should be pitching or when you should be coming in the game. It's all up in the air.
Right, and Felix Doubront is a guy who obviously plenty of starts throughout the regular season, but had not seen a lot of work once we get to October. And you see what he's done in the World Series, and he's picked up this club. Obviously, last night it was a losing effort, but tonight very much so, again, to get home field advantage back for the Red Sox.
Well, not getting that much work, but you could also look at it like he's rested.
That's true.
Maybe that's why he could be able to do that. But even in the losing effort, the 2 innings allowed them to actually have some other bullets in some other arms to be able to use. But I love what Doubront did today.
I'm a big fan, too. In any game, you learn something about yourself or about your team. Even if it's a losing cause, so to speak, you find out who can go out there and do the job for you. And if you lose a game like they did last night, a heartbreaker like they did last night, you find out who you can throw in certain situations and if they can come through for you.
And again, then you go to the 9th inning, and the St. Louis Cardinals, the way the game ended last night, they weren't sure what they were going to get out of Alan Craig. Of course, not in the starting lineup again, not sure what they were going to get out of him in the field. So he comes off the bench, 9th inning. Seems like this guy just hits. He takes Uehara over to right field for the base hit.
Yeah, just a base hit. Ball to the wall, bounced on the warning track up. You could certainly tell his leg is bothering him bad. But what you also can tell is this man can flat out rake.
Yes.
All the time that he missed, it looks like he hasn't missed a beat. He's sitting in there taking great at-bats. This ball, he hammers on a 1-1 count, fastball up and away, and he just can't get out of the box. That is a double for anybody else in the ballpark.
Yeah.
On either one of these teams, but Craig just can't get it done right now and can't get his legs working.
I mean, you just don't know how difficult it is to do this. He's been out so long that I'm assuming that he can't even time anything at home plate, let alone a fastball 90, 91 miles an hour. And the fact that, I mean, look at this swing. This is picture perfect for a guy who hadn't played in a couple months. It's unbelievable. And I mean, he's one of those guys who I always say, well, you can't expect anything from a guy coming off the bench, getting one swing or whatever. With this guy, I think you legitimately can put in a base hit or something big time for him to come up and do the job next time.
And 4 for 4 pinch hitting in the World Series is Alan Craig in his World Series career, that is. And then, so he gets lifted for the pinch runner, just to walk you through the 9th inning. And then it's Kolten Wong. And again, we all kind of looked away in between pitches. And then next thing you know, is that a replay? What's going on? Kolten Wong gets picked off. He's not even the tying run.
No. And look, that's a young player's mistake. Yeah. It happened in Game 4 of the World Series. The worst time to have a young player mistake. Koji's got quick feet, and Koji just caught him creeping off the base a little bit too far. And it's not like he wasn't paying attention. You got to give Uehara a little bit of credit for being so quick.
The broadcast almost missed it.
Exactly. So everybody got picked off on that. That's just a terrible spot for him to be in right now.
And the worst thing about it, obviously you're getting picked off, that's the bad part, but look who you got at home plate.
Exactly.
Carlos Beltran, the best postseason hitter of all time. You've got him sitting up there waiting for an opportunity to come up big, and then you get picked off. I feel bad for the kid, but he'll learn from this.